What's today? Monday. Hey y'all, happy Monday. Hey y'all, happy Monday. Y'all, I'm so tired. Today one of them days for me. What's up? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm good. How you doing? I'm good. How you doing? I missed you too, baby. What's up, Kiki? What's going on with you? Chief, I see you. Simply, I see you. I missed you back, babe. Um, my day going good, Monet. How your day going? Hello, how are you? 101, I see you. Shanique, I see you. Sis, long time. What's up, Shanika? Y'all, listen. I, I, listen. I know what's up? Good afternoon, C. What's up, Sheba? Happy Monday. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, I feel the love today. What's up, Silver? How you doing? Angelic, I see you. Hey, love. Miss D. Hey, baby. How you doing? I thank you. I appreciate it, Vonnie. Hey there. What's up? What's going on, Tony? What's going on with you? Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. Y'all listen. So I don't know if y'all caught my live on Friday, but I came on for a little bit and I had some technical difficulties. And you know sometimes you gotta let your spirit know, or your spirit is being let know by God that you listen. It wasn't my time to go live on Friday, so I had to get off. Because all of a sudden my live just turned off anyway. So today we gon' get it in today. What's up, Lamia? What's up, baby? What's up? What's going on? Nice seeing you. You were missed. I feel the love today. Good afternoon, love. What's up, Slim? I see you. What's up, Tiff? Katrina, I see you. Hey, love. What's up? What's going on? Your birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. I'm her. Hey, love. How you doing? Hey, y'all. Welcome to the live, y'all. Um, so y'all know I'm on fire today, right? Y'all know I'm on fire today. Listen, I don't know who this message is for, but I'm gonna go ahead and be plain. I'm gonna go ahead and be simple. Be committed to you this season. Okay? Let me say that again. Be committed to you this season. See, we get so caught up in being committed to everybody else. But this the season to be committed to you and yourself only. That's it. One thing I had to understand was that part right there. Being committed to me was the most important key to me finding my purpose. Let me tell y'all something. I done missed out on so much, and a lot of y'all can relate to this when I say this. We missed out on so much because we always allow ourselves to get off track because we're always focusing on everybody else's happiness. Check me out when I say this. Listen. So I was set behind so much. And sometimes we got to learn how to take accountability too. Because I allowed folks to stay in my life longer than what they had to because I thought I had to prove a point to them when the whole time I should have really been proving a point to myself. Okay. See, some of y'all don't understand because some of y'all ain't went through it yet. But some of y'all already know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. You allow yourself to prove so many points to people that don't matter that you forget the objective in your own life. Ain't it crazy? You forget the objective in your own life, and now you sit over there wondering why you so behind and why all of a sudden things are happening for you. Let me tell you something. Y'all remember the sermon that I was giving y'all, and I said this is the season where you about to start playing catch up. Some of y'all about to start playing catch up because you've been left behind so many times by allowing folks that's been in your life that's been overwhelming in their stay, and now God is about to give you everything that you've been asking for, everything that you've been praying for. So it ain't no such thing as it's too good to be true. It's no such thing as it's happening all of a sudden. No, it ain't all of a sudden. It was supposed to happen for you a long time ago. I had to tell myself it was supposed to happen for me a long time ago. Sometimes you got to tell yourself that so you can start to confirm everything that you prayed for. It was supposed to happen for me a long time ago. Tell yourself that. It was supposed to happen for me a long time ago. I'm just playing catch up. That's all right. Let me tell you something. Don't beat yourself up about what you've gone through. Don't beat yourself up about the people that's been in your life. Because let me tell you something. Everything that you've gone through was a lesson, and it was a setup for the blessing. So a lot of y'all gotta understand, you can't beat yourself up about what people have taken you through. And that's one thing I had to teach myself too. I can't beat myself up about the things people have done to me. But one thing I had to understand was I had to learn from everything that happened to me so I can understand the journey. See, some of us don't understand that because I think we get so caught up in our feelings and we get so caught up in our emotions. Let me tell you something. You can't be mad about how folks have treated you. Don't get mad about that. Don't get mad about how folks have treated you. Always understand the accountability of what you've gone through. It's nothing but a setup for the blessing that's coming your way. That's it. That's it. I be trying to tell folks like I don't talk about my past too much or too many times. Cause if you always talk about your past, you start to live in it. See, some of y'all don't realize it, but that's the truth. You can tell your testimony without really telling everything that you've gone through. You can do that, right? First of all, you're a product of it anyway. Hold on. Let me break this down for you about what I mean. You are a walking testimony. You ain't got to always speak about your traumatic experiences. You ain't always got to speak about your chaos that you've gone through, the people that was narcissistic in your life. You ain't always got to bring that up because, baby, let me tell you something. You're a product of that anyway. You overcame that. But let me tell you something. The reason that some of y'all are still in it is because you don't know how to let it go and set yourself free from it. That's it. You don't know how to let yourself free from the things you've gone through, which is why you sitting over there wondering why you still going through the same emotions that you went through years and years ago. I be trying to tell folks, listen, it's very rare that I talk about things over and over again. Y'all know I somebody asked me the other day, they said, well, how did you overcome? I stopped talking about it. Because when you stop talking about it and when you learn how to move on, that's when your healing actually starts. See, healing don't start when you talk about it all the time or you always sitting and soaking in your feelings and you always, feeling sorry for yourself or beating yourself up. It don't start there. That's where the depression starts and that's where the dark place begins to get deeper. A lot of folks don't understand it, but it's the truth. I had to tell myself that the reason that I was still being triggered by that narcissistic abuse and the things that I went through was because I kept on allowing it to live rent free in my head. So what that mean was I was allowing myself to stay there when I really should have moved on a long time ago. Let me tell you something. You will start to glow from within when you realize a lot of stuff has been weighing you down, but also dimming your light. It's also been dimming your light. Some of y'all got a natural glow about yourself, but the reason that can't nobody see it is because you're allowing yourself to stay in the same spaces that you were supposed to leave a long time ago. You wondering why folks be like, oh, you glowing. No, it ain't no all of a sudden. You been glowing. You just had to overcome some stuff. You just had to set some stuff free in your life and move on. And one thing I had to understand was you got to learn how to be okay with your journey. You got to learn how to be okay with your journey. See, some of us get so caught up in everybody else's journey. We get so caught up in everybody else's, way of living. But we gotta learn how to be okay with our journey, y'all. Learn how to let it go. Set yourself free. Learn how to let it go and set yourself free. I guarantee you. A lot of y'all sitting over there like, or some of y'all, and some of y'all in this live right now, you have questioned why you have not been able to do the things that you want to do. You have questioned why you have not found your purpose yet. You have questioned why you always being picked on and you always being targeted, because every time you turn around, it's like stuff is always piling up against you. It's like stuff is always falling apart. But let me tell you something. When it feels like it's falling apart, it's really falling together. And a lot of times you don't even realize it. I had to tell myself that the other day. When I felt like my back was up against the wall, when I felt like I had nowhere to turn, when I felt like I didn't have nobody to turn to, when I felt like I couldn't pick up the phone and call nobody. Let me tell you something. Usually when you feel like you're falling apart, everything is falling together on your behalf. That's it. Some of y'all got to understand your strength that you're looking for is within. You really feel like you broken down, but what you don't understand is God didn't bring you this far just to bring you this far. He didn't bring you this far just to bring you this far. I know you wondering, God, why you choose me, or why me, or why all of a sudden I feel like I ain't got nowhere to go, or I don't have nowhere else to turn. It's because, first of all, you got to realize that you turn into the wrong folks when you really need to be turning to yourself anyway. The person in the mirror is the one that needs you the most. Some of y'all don't realize it, but it's the truth. You are your strength. You don't even realize it, but sometimes when you broken down, that's when folks call on you the most. How many of y'all have been in situations where you done been broken down to your lowest terms and your phone is always ringing off the hook? Hello, somebody. Your phone ringing, your text message jumping, your DMs jumping, the everything just jumping, and you like, I really just want to be by myself. It ain't no such thing as being by yourself. Because sometimes you got to realize that the things that you're looking for, as far as your strength, is already there anyway. It's you. You are the strength that you are looking for. And you keep on running from yourself. And that's the craziest thing. How you going to be scared of you? How you going to be scared of you? Some of y'all don't even realize it, but it's the truth. You running from yourself, which is why you ain't found your purpose. And that's what's keeping you from going to the places that you need to go. That's it. You running from yourself. I told somebody, I said, you know what? I said, the fact that I have allowed myself to be okay with being mediocre. I was putting myself in positions to lose. Some of y'all put yourself in positions to lose because you get so caught up in the mediocrity that you forget the real reason why you really got a second chance. It's because you got to continue to press on towards your purpose. I be trying to tell folks, like, God ain't wake us up for no reason. It's a reason why he chose you. It's a reason why he woke you up. It's a reason why he allowed you to hit the floor this morning. It's a reason why. Everybody don't get granted that chance, but one thing I had to understand was, God, when you choose me, allow me to put my best foot forward. That's it. When you choose me, allow me to be better than I was yesterday. That's the only objective that I have in this here season of my life, is being better than I was yesterday. And if that ain't your objective, then you got to change some stuff around. You can't worry about what you see on Instagram and Facebook and all that different type of stuff. Just because they got a Benz don't mean that Benz is for you. Just because they got a 6,000 square foot house don't mean that 6,000 square foot house fit the story that God has put you on, or the journey that God has put you on. You got to learn how to stay in your lane. When you learn how to stay in your lane, I guarantee your life is going to start to get better. Yeah, it's going to start to get better. Holding people accountable isn't living in the past, though. But holding people accountable ain't your job. See, a lot of us get so caught up in holding people accountable that we forget to hold ourselves accountable. Let me tell you something. When you get caught up in holding other grown folks accountable, you get caught up in that so much that you forget who you are. A lot of times we be so busy trying to put people to the fire when really our back is already burnt. Hello, somebody. Some of y'all got to understand that. You be so busy trying to hold people to the fire and hold them accountable, your back is already burnt. Because you know how many times you've been put on the back burner, and how many times folks that held you accountable and you ain't had time to get yourself right because you so busy trying to point the finger. You got to start to realize that part right there. I had to tell myself that. I had to learn how to hold myself accountable by allowing these people to overwhelm their stay in my life. And I had to put myself in the understanding of, I allowed them to stay here. I allowed them to be around me this long. I allowed them to hold me to the fire whenever I did something wrong. But whenever it was time for me to hold them to the fire, they always found a scapegoat to everything that they did to me. And a lot of times you got to understand it's not your problem. That's not your problem. Worry about you. When you worry about you, that's when everything will start to work out for you. No one can hold me accountable because I'm not wrong anyone. Let me tell you something. And that mindset right there is what's going to get you caught up. That mindset right there is what's going to get you caught up. We as human beings got to stop thinking that we so perfect. Because I guarantee you, the stuff that you don't think you'd have done to people, The things that you don't think you have caused them, such as pain or triggering them, that don't mean that you perfect. A lot of times we don't even know we trigger people. Some of y'all presence is triggering. But it ain't got nothing to do with you. And a lot of times you be so busy not thinking that you ain't doing nothing wrong, when really and truly you don't know how folks feel. People trigger just by your presence, baby. People trigger when you just walk in the room. People get bothered just by you walking in the room. You ain't doing nothing to nobody, but you don't feel that. You want to know why? Because people don't speak on it. You want to know why? Because we call them haters. So a lot of times, guess what? You ain't gonna never be, it ain't gonna never be a time when you don't think you're doing nothing wrong. But I guarantee you, to them, you doing something wrong. To them, you being there is wrong. To them, you living is wrong. A lot of folks, a lot of times you don't even realize it, but it's the truth. People are bothered by your presence. You cannot think you're doing something wrong all day long, but it's the truth. A lot of times your spirit is what's bothering them anyway. And I talk about this all the time because I think y'all get it twisted and think that just because people don't show it on their body language, you feel like you ain't doing nothing wrong. It's a lot of y'all in here doing something wrong. But the whole time it's something right according to you. I had to tell myself it was everything about who I was that bothered these people that didn't like me. I was triggering other human beings simply because of my living. Simply because of me breathing. People get angry and mad because they can't control the narrative of your life. And a lot of times people can't control the blessings either. That's the only reason why they mad. They can't control the favor. That's the only reason why they mad. Some of your own family members don't even like you simply because you living. Simply because you were born. It ain't nothing you can do about it. But I guarantee you this right here though. One thing they can't take away from you is that favor. And I talk about this all the time because I be trying to get y'all to instill this in y'all head. Your favor cannot be touched. Once it's already been appointed to you, it's something that no man can touch. And a lot of y'all got to understand that this season right here, it's time for you to be committed to you. Stay committed to the journey, and I guarantee you a lot of stuff is going to start to make sense to you. Some of your closest homegirls and your closest homeboys are going to start to fall out with you when you start to stay the course. The reason that people stay in your life is because you get distracted too easy. Some folks know that you always talk about how you're going to do something, but you never do it for yourself. But anytime it's time for you to do something for other folks, you always find a way to do it and get it done. But you never have that same energy for yourself. Some of y'all show your enemies. You show your enemies time and time again that you're not a priority in your own life. Some of y'all be wondering why you got folks around you that don't like you. Or why you got folks around you that secretly envy you. Because you allow them to see that you don't make yourself a priority. And you wondering why everything in your life seem to be falling apart like the way it is. Yeah. It's falling apart the way it is because you allowing folks to see you and pray against you at the same time. You don't even realize it. I've been on a break, Miss Shannon. You don't even realize it, but the truth of the matter is, you done sat over there and done found everything wrong with everybody in your life instead of just cutting them off. You done found everything wrong with everybody in your life instead of just cutting them off. But what's so crazy is when folks do you wrong, you still find a way to give them the benefit of the doubt. That's what's so crazy about you. And I know I'm talking to somebody specifically in here right now because this message just came across all of a sudden. You find a reason to keep people around. And you don't even realize that the more you keep them around, the more they drag you down. Let me say that again. The more you keep them around, the more they drag you down. This is why you have been so busy fighting off demons and demonic spirits. And you're wondering why you have been caught in the rapture. Every time you turn around is something with your job, with your kids, with your bills, with your finances. Every time you turn around is something. But a lot of times you don't even realize you give the enemy the blueprint to your hurt and your pain. That's it. You give the enemies the blueprint to your hurt and your pain. And you sitting over there wondering why Listen, every time something goes right for you, it's kind of like it just crumble all of a sudden, because you're allowing it to happen, because you're so busy trying to give folks the benefit of the doubt, and you allowing folks to play you in your face, which has caused you more pain than you can ever think of. One thing I had to teach myself was that part right there. If I allow folks to play with me, I'm really playing myself. Because the more that I sit around and I allow these people to come up against me and continue to plan and plot against my demise, I ain't doing nothing but allowing myself to lose. I ain't doing nothing but allowing myself to lose. Some of y'all keep on wondering why folks around you always continue to prosper. It's because they attach to your favor. Some of y'all let me tell y'all something. You done had so many folks glow up off of you, off the attachment to you, that you won't even realize it could have been you. Let me say that again. You done had so many folks attach themselves to you in your favor that you don't even realize that could have been you. Some folks are only attached to you simply because of who you are. It ain't nothing. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Some of these folks been living longer than you. So what make you think they couldn't have got there without you? Some of y'all got to start thinking about that. If they been down before you were there or before you got there, baby, listen, it ain't nothing you could do about it. But the only thing you got to learn how to do is break yourself free or set yourself free from that relationship or whatever it is that you got attached to them. Whatever it is, whether it's a family, whether it's whoever, break yourself free from that connection. That's it. You keep on wondering why every time I turn around, it look like somebody that did me wrong, always prospering. Every time I turn around, it look like somebody that did me wrong. They always getting a promotion on their job, or they get a new car, they get a new house. God, why not me? It's because you ain't cut them off yet. God asking you the same thing. Why you ain't cut them off yet? Why they still attached to you in your favor? Your favor was appointed to you and you only, and you sit over there wondering why them. No, why you ain't cut them off? Why they still there? Have you asked yourself the question? Why? Some of y'all allow folks' title in your life to keep them around, and that's what allows these people to suck you dry. A title. Some of y'all let y'all girlfriends and y'all boyfriends suck y'all clean, dry. Just because you feel like, oh, I gotta go through hell and back to be happy. No, you don't. Don't get me to talk about that, because I feel like that was about to get ready to come up, but I ain't gonna let it come up, because I feel like it's some folks in here that don't want they toes to be stepped on today. Some of y'all let folks title in their life keep them around longer than what they have to, and you keep on wondering why you always drained, and why you. Let me tell y'all something. Sometimes you got to be okay with not allowing a title to keep people a part of who you are. And what that mean is, some of y'all still allow your mama to dictate your life. Some of y'all still allow your daddy to dictate everything that you do. Some of y'all still allow folks to ruin what it is that you're trying to build for yourself. And you keep on wondering why you ain't broke generational curses yet. Don't look at me like that. Because yes, I'm talking to you. Some of y'all let other folks control the narrative of your life simply because of a title that they have. Let me tell you something. And y'all know I use this analogy all the time, and I say this all the time because I be wanting folks to hear me. You think Tyler Perry gonna let anybody, he don't care how good you played in that movie, but you got to audition for his. And if you don't audition, you don't get the role. And what that mean is, if your audition was horrible, you still don't get the role. Some of y'all letting folks audition for the roles that, baby, they can't even play. Some of y'all just putting people there because you don't want to feel empty, or you trying to fill a void. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you being alone is better than you being in something that you always got to fix. Let me say that again. Sometimes you being alone is better than you being in something that you always got to fix. That goes for friendships, relationships, whatever it may be. Your isolation season is serious. Some of y'all don't take your isolation serious. That's why you always caught up in the rapture. This is why you always caught up in things that you don't need to be caught up in. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're so busy trying to fill a void. Stop trying to fill the void and start filling your spirit. A lot of times, thank you, Cornelius. A lot of times you don't even realize it. I was in a place in my life where I felt empty. But the only reason I felt empty was because I was giving the wrong things to the wrong people, which caused me to be set behind. Not only did it cause me to be set behind, but it also allowed me to question my own faith. Some of y'all question your own faith way too much because you allow folks to suck you and drain you, which is why you always questioning who you are. I had to fix that. I had to fix that within me because I had to get right. And I had to understand that sometimes you got to be okay with walking away and cutting folks off. Because anytime somebody come in between you and your relationship or you and your connection is what I say. You allowing people to come in between you and your connection, which is why you always in the business of questioning everything that has gone wrong in your life. But let me tell you something. You got to start putting yourself back in a position to be a priority. That's it. Start putting yourself back in the position to be a priority in your life. And I guarantee you, everything is going to start to fall and work out in your favor. Be okay with allowing yourself to be in the position of winning and not caring about other folks' opinion. See, a lot of times we get so caught up in other folks' opinion, we forget that we the one that got to cross that finish line. You are the one that got to cross that finish line. Be okay with not caring about nobody's opinion this season of your life. Be okay with not caring how folks feel about you winning this season of your life. Be okay with leaving folks behind. One thing I had to teach myself was that part right there. I'm okay this season with leaving some folks behind. Because what's for me is going to be for me. And whatever and whoever get left behind in the process, then I feel bad for you. It is what it is. Let me tell you something. What's so crazy is some of y'all hearts so big. And a lot of y'all in this room know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of y'all hearts is so big because you so genuine and authentic. I'm about to step on a couple people's toes, but I want you to stay with me. Your heart and your genuineness is so big that you will go over and beyond to satisfy folks. And you will go over and beyond to put people in positions to win. But what's so crazy is you ain't got nobody to do that for you. What's so crazy is you ain't got nobody to do that for you. You ain't got nobody to go over and beyond for you. You ain't got nobody to go over the back for you. You ain't got nobody that you can call on when you ain't got nothing. Because sometimes you got to learn how to wear your cape for yourself. That's it. Learn how to wear your cape for yourself and stay committed to you. I guarantee you everything will start to make sense to you. Everything will start to work out for you. When you learn how to stay committed to you, and stay true to the journey, I guarantee you it'll start to make sense. A lot of folks will start dropping out of your life like flies when you learn how to stay committed to you and your journey. And I guarantee you will start to see that a lot of folks that you thought had liked you for a long time or your whole life, however long they've been there, you'll figure out they never really liked you. They just liked the attachment to you. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, but it's the truth. They ain't never liked you. They just liked the attachment that they had to you. A lot of y'all got to break your own heart sometimes and really just give yourself the hardcore conversation. They just like the attachment of you. That's it. They ain't never really liked you because if they did, they'll be there when you call them. They'll be there when you need them. They'll be somewhere, they'll be accessible to you in your time of need. It's so crazy how sometimes us good folk, when we break down and when we're in our time of need, we ain't got nobody to call on. But everybody can call on us. Sometimes you got to learn how to be selfish. Sometimes you got to learn how to be okay with not being drained. Some of y'all have this mentality that you got to be drained in order for you to be blessed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now I'm about to go there. Some of y'all had this mentality and you have created this illusion in your head that you got to be drained to be blessed. That's not how it works. You ain't got to go through hell and back in order for God to bless you. You ain't got to go through hell and high water and trauma and traumatic situations and chaotic situations in order for God to bless you. Sometimes you can be at the top and God can still bless you simply because of who you are. Come on now. I ain't talking to myself. I'm talking to you. A lot of y'all have created this illusion in your head to where you really think you got to be at your lowest of low to get blessed by God. I had to tell myself, I ain't got to go through hell and high water no more. I don't have to do the most no more. I don't have to feel the pain no more in order for me to really be blessed. Because sometimes more blessings come to you when you higher anyway. Because you ain't got no distractions. Some of y'all got to realize when you amongst the lowest of low, when you amongst the people that are mediocre, those are where all the distractions gonna come. Do you know how many times you gonna be blessed when you at the top with no distractions? When you at the top operating with people that's on the same vibration as you? Do you know how many times God is gonna want to bless you more simply because you don't have no distractions and you don't have nobody attached to you that want to see you lose? Do you know how many more blessings you gonna get when you learn that when I operate on a higher vibration, sometimes I get blessed even more because that's where God wanted me to be anyway. Some of y'all don't think about it, but it's the truth. You got way too many distractions, which is why you're being held back from so many blessings. Let me say that again. You got way too many distractions, which is why you're being held back from so many blessings. Let me tell you something. When I started to detach from certain things and certain people, that's when I started to be blessed more. That's when it started to make sense to me. That's when I started to get the jobs that I wanted. That's when I started to get the cars that I wanted. That's when I started to get the credit that I wanted. That's when everything started to happen for me because I learned that the simple fact of the matter is being detached from things that didn't serve me wasn't the reason why I wasn't where I needed to be. It was because I wasn't committed to who I needed to be. Okay? A lot of y'all got to understand it. You're not committed to the journey. Because if you was committed, you wouldn't be easily distracted. That's it. Don't get quiet now. Don't get quiet now because I'm talking to you. The reason why you're not being blessed the way you want to be is because you're not committed to the journey. You're not committed to you. Sometimes you got to learn how to be committed to you over everybody else. And I guarantee you it'll start to make sense. The reason why you're so left behind is because you don't know the real reason that you need to detach from certain people. Sometimes you got to know when your time is up. I had to learn that the other day. I had to get myself together, cause I let me tell y'all, ladies, and y'all do this too. There's a lot of y'all ladies in here that I'm about to trigger when I say this, and I want y'all to hang tight. Don't drop out here. Don't drop out of here yet, cause ladies, I want you to hang tight. Some of y'all don't know how to detach from the traumatic experiences that you have gone through in your previous relationships, which is why you're being held back from the man that you really want. Uh-oh. Hold up. Some of y'all need to hear this. Some of y'all got to hear this. It ain't the fact that you're not detached from the body of the person. You got to detach from the memories too. Hello. You got to detach from the memories too. Some of y'all don't even realize The only reason you ain't been able to move forward and really be happy in your relationships or find a relationship that'll make you happy is because you don't know how to detach from the memories that you had with somebody that caused you trauma. That's it. You can be absent in the body all you want to. You can be detached from the body all you want to. You probably ain't slept with them in so long. It ain't that. It's the fact that you still allow these memories to live in your head, which is why you always in the business of comparing things and other people. Some of y'all got that bad. And what's so crazy is some of us women deal with daddy issues so bad, we don't even realize that some of our fathers has caused trauma, but we still compare men in our life to our fathers that's caused us trauma. See, y'all don't like to talk about that, but it's the truth. Because I'm about to get deep with y'all. Some of y'all run from the thought that your daddy wasn't there for you. But some of y'all crave that in y'all relationships as far as you being abandoned. Because you feel like that's the only way that you can feel love. And that's not the truth. You got to start to understand. You got to escape and detach from those thoughts and those things that has happened to you in your childhood in order for you to truly win. Ladies, it's the truth. Sometimes you got to learn how to detach by staying true and understanding. You ain't got to go through hell and back in order for you to truly be happy. That's it. That's it. Look how them numbers dropped. They done got mad at me now. They like, girl, I don't want to hear that. No, you gonna hear this today. I'm telling y'all right now, ain't no telling what's gonna come out my mouth today. So you might listen. If I make you mad, it is what it is. Sometimes you got to be okay with making folks mad, even when you're not telling them what they want to hear. See, some of you, this is a lesson for some of y'all. Sometimes you gotta learn how to continue to stay the course. See, this is the perfect example of what I was talking about. Learning how to stay the course. Let me tell you something. Learning how to stay the course and not care about how folks feel. Sometimes you got to realize you being you is gonna make people angry anyway. When you ain't talking about stuff that people want to talk about or what people want to hear, then baby, listen, they gonna flee away from you anyway. The proof is in the pudding. Let me tell you something. Stay the course and stay committed. Stay the course and stay committed. I don't care what it is. If people don't like you, if people don't like the simple fact that you don't know how to be fake and phony with them, let them flee away from you. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And let me tell you something. Stand on business. Okay? Stand on business. It is what it is. Let them stay mad. You got folks around you right now that's wondering why you always trying to go against the grain, but it ain't that you going against the grain. It's just that you don't know how to give them what they want. Some folks only like the attachment to you because you give them what they want all the time, and this is why they always flock to you. This is why they always come to you. This is why they always drain you. Let me tell you something. When you start to sugarcoat stuff with folks, excuse my language, and not give a damn how it come out, that's when folks are going to start to flee away from you. Thank you. You did me a favor. I tell folks all the time, thank you for not calling me with your mess, because you did me a favor. Now you can continue to go to Facebook. Now you can continue to talk somebody else's head off. I don't care. It is what it is. However it come out, I'm not sugarcoating nothing with you. We too grown to be trying to sugarcoat stuff with other grown folks in our life. What's so crazy is some of y'all sugarcoat stuff so much y'all don't even realize. Ain't nobody ever gave you no sugarcoating session. Ain't nobody ever just sat you down and nurtured your feelings and just told you that, baby, everything gonna be okay. Ain't nobody just sat you down and rubbed your back and held your hand. Ain't nobody ever did that for you, but you always be in the business of doing it for everybody else. Stop it. Stop it. What's so crazy is as soon as you do something wrong, people be so quick to cut you off. But you don't know how to do that for other people in your life. That's what's so crazy. Every time you do something wrong, people be sitting back waiting on you to do something wrong. They be waiting. They be waiting on you to get out of character. They be waiting on you to act crazy and get out of line. You want to know why? Because that's going to give them a reason to not be in your life. Let me tell you something. People are waiting and looking for you to do something wrong so they can cut you off. Because they ain't never really liked you anyway. If you really want to be technical, let me tell you something. Even some of your family members is sitting up there waiting on you to act a fool at this cookout that's about to get ready to come up, or this Christmas gathering that's about to get ready to come up. And baby, as soon as you act a fool, they gonna cut you clean off because they've been waiting on you to do something anyway. They've been waiting on you to act a fool so they can call everybody and say you crazy. They've been waiting on you to act a fool so they can sit around and talk about you and have something to talk about. They've been waiting on you to do something that they don't like so they can cut you off. That's it. I be trying to tell folks, listen, I ain't gonna never give folks the satisfaction. Because one thing about being chosen and one thing about being a child of God, God ain't gonna never put my downfall on display. Hello, he ain't gonna never do it to me. He ain't gonna never allow a hater or a person that envy me. He ain't gonna never allow them to see me crumble. Baby, listen, one thing about me, you will never see it. So you better not hold your breath. You better tell them, listen, you better not hold your breath because you will never see it. I tell people all the time, listen, while you sitting over there waiting, go ahead and get you a couple gallons of water because you're going to be sitting there forever. You're going to end up starving yourself trying to sit over there waiting on me to get out, to do something wrong or me get out of my character. No, you might as well listen, you're going to be over there hungry. I'm telling you, don't miss out on this good meal just because you're sitting over there waiting, baby. You're going to be waiting forever. I be trying to tell folks, like, you got to start getting ready to, be okay with sticking out your chest. See, some of y'all be scared to stick out your chest to certain folks. Let me tell you something. Stop being so scared and start moving the way that you need to move. And I guarantee you a lot of stuff will start to happen for you. Some of y'all want new jobs, but you ain't ready yet. Some of y'all want a new house, but you ain't ready yet. Some of y'all want a new car because you're not ready yet because you don't even know how to stay committed to you. So what make you think God gonna put something in your life new that you got to stay committed to? You got to stay committed to that car note. You got to stay committed to that house, that mortgage. You got to stay committed to that job in order for you to keep it. Come on now. What make you think God gonna place something in your life when you're not even committed to you? Hello? You want all these blessings, but you can't even stay committed to yourself. Come on now. You want God to bless you with bigger things, but you can't even stay committed to yourself. The person that you see in the mirror, you can't even stay committed to it. You so busy trying to run and trying to find things to fix about yourself. Let me tell you something. In order for God to marry your flaws, you got to accept everything about you. Let me say that again. In order for God to truly marry your flaws, you got to accept everything about you. Stay committed. You so busy trying to find stuff to fix about yourself, you get so caught up in the things that don't matter. Baby, ain't no wrong with your body. Ain't no wrong with your nose. Ain't no wrong with your hairline. Ain't no wrong with your hair. Baby, stay committed and I guarantee you everything will start to make sense to you. But you so focused on the wrong things. This is why you always getting caught up in the rapture. And I ain't talking about the rapture of love. You getting caught up in the rapture of trauma. Come on now. Hello, somebody. You don't even listen. You don't even realize it, but it's the truth. You don't even realize it, but it's the truth. I know I'm triggering a couple people today, but it's all right. Come on, stay with me. Stay with me. Listen, a lot of times when you stay committed to yourself, that's when God blesses you with more things to stay committed to. One thing I had to understand was, baby, every blessing God has given me, I had to give it a commitment because I had to cherish everything that he gave me. I had to be thankful for what he's given me so far in order for him to give me more. Come on now. You can't just thank him for the stuff that you don't have yet or the stuff that you really want. Let me tell you something. Be thankful for the stuff you already got. Come on now. Come on now. Hello. Hello, somebody. You so caught up in the vision board of what you want on that vision board, you don't even realize, baby, you got to be thankful for the stuff you already got. How you want him to bless you with a nicer car and a nicer house, and you ain't even thankful for the stuff you got? You don't even take care of the stuff you got. You're not even committed to taking care of the stuff that you got. You're not even committed to folding your own clothes. So what make you think he gonna give you a bigger laundry room? Hello, somebody. You don't even fold the clothes you got now. So what make you think he about to bless you with a bigger laundry room? I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on somebody to say something. Because, hello? Is anybody home? I be trying to tell folks, you want something bigger, but you got to stay committed to what you got. That's the message. You want something more, but you got to stay committed to what you got. You want a lot, but you got to stay committed to what you got. Some of y'all got to understand, you got to stay committed to what you got. Stay committed to you. And understand that in order for you to get to where you're going, you got to stay committed to this journey first. Some of y'all don't understand that you can't start something and not finish it with God. You can't start something and not finish it with God. That ain't how it works. A lot of y'all got to understand. You want God to fully bless you, but you want to half do a job. No, that ain't how it works. Some of y'all managers in here, you got folks in here report to you. If they half do it, guess what? They got to do it again. So guess what? That's the same way how God works. If you want him to bless you fully, you got to start fully committing to a task that he's put you on in order for you to get to the next one. Sometimes we got to understand that you want to go to a new level, but baby, you ain't even completed the level that you on. That's what's so crazy to me. I be trying to figure out how you think that work, and you want him to fully bless you. No, that's not how it work. Stay the course. Stay the course. Hello, somebody. Stay the course and it'll all make sense to you. The reason it's not making sense to you is because you're always distracted by things that don't matter. Let me tell you something. If you can't fix it, don't worry about it. Because let me tell you something. The things that you can fix don't come with worry. Let me say that again. The things that you truly can fix don't come with worry. A lot of y'all be worrying yourself to death trying to find solutions and stuff that ain't even your problem. That's a distraction. That's a distraction. Hello, somebody. That's a distraction. I'm talking to you. If it's meant for you to fix it, it wouldn't come with worry. Some of y'all allow y'all self so much to get worked up about stuff you can't even control. And that's nothing but a distraction. Stay the course. Hello, stay the course. I'm talking to you. Stay the course. You getting so caught up in stuff that don't matter. You getting so caught up in things that don't concern you. Listen, sometimes you got to take your own cape to the cleaners. Let me say that again. Sometimes you got to take your own cape to the cleaners. And what that means is sometimes you got to give yourself a break. Because if it was up to everybody else in your life, baby, your cape will be on 24/7. And a lot of times folks don't care about if it's clean or not. Folks don't care if it got rips in it or not. Folks don't care if it need alterations or not. Let me tell you something. One thing I had to learn was sometimes your own cape can weigh you down. Let me say that again. Sometimes your cape can wear you down. Because when a train is on that cape, you ain't doing nothing but dragging it along. Some of y'all allowing your cape to get longer and longer, and you're not going to take it to the cleaners to get alterated. This is why a lot of y'all always being weighed down. This is why your cape so tight around your neck about to daggone near choke you, because you're not taking it off for alterations. Every time you go to a level, your cape is supposed to be altered. Hey baby. Every time you go up to a new level, your cape is supposed to be altered. Some of y'all feel like you got to take your cape with you everywhere you go. No, baby. When you go to a new level, that's when you need to go take it to get altered. Because let me tell you something. That means it's gonna be fit to the next level that you're going on. And a lot of y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Let me tell you something. You got so many things on that cape. You got worry. You got finances, depression, anxiety, narcissistic abuse, manipulation. You got all that on that cape. And you're wondering why it's so heavy. And you're trying to reach new levels in your life. And you're wondering why you always being drugged down. Sometimes you got to realize. Sometimes your cape need altered. What's up, MSB, baby? That's it. Go take your cape to the cleaners. And some of y'all that's coming in, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But some y'all that's been in here, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm talking to you. When you go up new levels, you got to go get your cape altered. Everything can't go with you. That worry, that anxiety, that narcissistic abuse that keep on triggering you, that manipulation that you still trying to drag on and you still trying to beat yourself up about it, let it go. Sometimes you got to let it go to let it flow. That's right. Sometimes you got to let it go to let it flow. You got to start being okay with understanding that you ain't always got to handle stuff on your own. Take your cape off sometimes. Be out of commission sometimes. And what that mean is your isolation period is very serious this season of your life. That's it. I tell folks that all the time. Let me tell you something. When I'm isolated, baby, I'm isolated. I don't answer the phone for nobody. If you don't see me on Life 360, or listen, you better look on Life 360 to see where I'm at. I tell my family all the time, if you ain't heard from me, you better go ahead. You can send me an alert, and if I decide to answer, I'm going to answer. But my isolation is serious because I had to learn how to be okay with being by myself. Learn how to be okay with being by yourself. A lot of y'all don't realize it, but it's the truth. Sometimes, let me say this to you. Sometimes too much isolation can spoil your dreams. Sometimes too much isolation can spoil your dreams. And let me tell y'all where I'm going with this, because this is what I had to teach myself. When I was isolating too much, I ain't do nothing but cause myself more pain. Because I wasn't isolating with the problems in order for me to find a solution to the problems that I had. Hello, somebody. See, you ain't even know that, did you? Too much isolation is not good. Because sometimes when you isolate too much, you ain't doing nothing but triggering yourself. And not only that, you keeping yourself in a darker space when it comes down to your depression. You keep on wondering why you still going through depression and why you still having anxiety attacks and why you always feeling down. It's because you isolate way too much without finding solutions to your problems. A lot of times we don't even realize it, but it's the truth. In order for you to find solutions to your problem, you got to isolate with the problem. That's it. In order for you to find solutions to your problem, you got to isolate with the problem. Some of y'all be isolating and you feel like, baby, when I isolate, that mean the problems is going to go away. No, the reason of your isolation is for you to find solutions to every problem that you have so you won't come up against it again. And some of y'all don't even realize that that's why you're always triggered when it comes down to you coming into relationships or coming out of relationships, because you're not isolating with the things that cause you pain in that relationship, which is causing you more pain when you got to come up against it again. It's the truth. You got to be okay with understanding that fact right there. I got to isolate with my problems in order for me to find solutions. That's it. I had to teach myself that. You want to know why? That's where growth starts. That's it. That's where the growth starts. Some of y'all keep on telling yourself you growing when really you're not. You ain't growing just because you don't know how to go off no more, or you ain't got that temper that you used to have. That ain't growing. Growing is when you are not triggered by certain things that cause you pain. That's what real growth is. Growing is when you overcame certain things on your own and you actually realize that, baby, listen, I done overcame that, so I ain't got to react to it no more. Okay? That's what real growth is. I don't know why some of y'all feel like not having a temper tantrum and cussing folks out is growth. No, that ain't growth. Growing is when you're not triggered. That's it. I be trying to tell folks, listen, God's still working on me. I'm in transition. Don't come over here thinking you won't get cussed out, because I will. I'm still in transition. God's still working on me, okay? I be trying to tell folks, listen. Now, me growing is me actually looking at certain things and looking at memories that pop up on my phone of my ex somehow, and I ain't triggered by it. That's me actually growing. That's how I know I done grown from certain things. Listen, I'm still gonna cuss you out. I be trying to tell folks, I ain't on that level yet to where I ain't on that level yet to where I don't cuss folks out, because baby, I will. I be trying to tell folks, don't get it twisted. Hold up now. You know, folks they be swearing when you trying to change and you trying to become a better person, they think they can try you. Don't try me. Try Jesus. Don't try me. Okay? I be trying to tell people, listen, when you see folks on their journey and you see folks trying to do better by themselves and they be trying to isolate, they be trying to be more positive, baby, they don't get, I don't know why folks be thinking they get in the ammunition to play with you. Don't play with us. Listen, I be trying to tell folks, listen, don't play with me. Okay, that shouldn't give you the ammunition to try me just because you hear me talking about God and you hear me talking about me being a better person. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Listen, you better pray with me, but don't play with me. Okay, y'all better start saying it to some of y'all haters out there. Baby, listen, when you at work, listen, you better pray with me, don't play with me. Because I'm telling you, I ain't there yet. You better say it. Listen, I'm telling you, I ain't there yet. I'm still in transition. You better pray with me, don't play with me. Because I'm telling you right now, you're going to get cussed clean out. Okay, I be trying to tell folks, listen, don't let this little TikTok here fool you. Okay, I be trying to tell folks, yeah, I talk about God and I talk about how I'm a lover of God and how I'm spiritual and stuff. Baby, don't get it twisted because you still will get cussed clean out. God's still working on me. He sure is. You're a work in progress. That's all. You in transition. I be trying to tell people, y'all got to stop playing with people. Folks be, some of your family members, they be thinking you ain't gonna say nothing, baby. Listen, y'all gonna be the first ones to get cussed out. Y'all keep on playing. It be the family for me. How many of y'all done been attached to family members that think they can try you just because you want more for yourself? You feel what I'm saying? Folks will call you bougie just because you want more for yourself. Folks will call you acting funny just because you want more for yourself. Let me tell you something, baby. What I decide to do in my 24 hours ain't got nothing to do with you. You got the same 24 hours as me. If you can talk trash about me and my journey, then you got time to do everything that I did for my life in order for me to change. You feel what I'm saying? I be trying to tell folks, listen, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Folks be like, oh, you so bougie and you so funny acting now. Why? Because I decided to move out of this small town and I ain't want to be down here with y'all. Oh, you so bougie now. Why? Because I like to dress nice and I don't walk around with my pajamas on all day. Oh, you so bougie because you know why? Because I ain't got holes and bleach stains in my shirt and stuff. And I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta let folks know, like, it is what it is. You want more for yourself. That don't mean I think I'm better than folks. Folks will trigger you or try to trigger you by telling you that you think you better than them when really and truly it's not that you think you better than them. It's because they think you better than everybody else. It's them, baby. It ain't you. Some of y'all gotta understand that's just the truth. When folks start to talk like that, it's because that's what they think about you themselves. They think so highly of you that they got to stoop low to drag you down to their level. Don't play with me. I be trying to tell folks, listen, folks really say how they feel when they joking sometimes, most of the time. When folks is joking with you, usually what's happening is they really feel that way. Or they done had a conversation about it when you wasn't in the room to defend yourself. Let me tell y'all something. What I have learned is that you're going to start to feel out of place when you reach new levels. And some of y'all feel like this a problem, but I'm going to help y'all out. That ain't a problem. The problem is you still going around people that's not on the same level as you. Some of y'all be feeling so out of place when you go around certain family members. When you go around certain friends, when you go around certain people, period. It's because you're not on that level anymore. And sometimes you got to read the room. Some of y'all get so scared to read the room because when you finally read the room, it's not a room that you belong in. And when it's not a room that you belong in, you're going to be forced to leave. Some of y'all be so scared that you're going to miss out on something that you really missing out on certain blessings because you have overwhelmed your stay in certain rooms that you wasn't supposed to be in for a long time. You've already graduated. You've already graduated that level in that room. You can't be in there no more. One thing I had to teach myself was that part right there. I can't be in rooms I no longer fit in. Anytime I feel like I'm out of place is because, baby, I am out of place. One thing I had to teach myself was that part right there. Anytime I feel like I'm uncomfortable and out of place is because I don't belong there. And some of y'all got to be okay with that feeling. You feel like you're going to miss out on something if you got to gather your things and gather your purse and gather your wallet and walk out the room. You feeling like you missing out on something. But let me tell you something. You ain't going to miss out on nothing that's for you. Let me tell you something. You ain't going to miss out on nothing that's for you. You got to be okay with walking out of walking out of rooms that you don't belong in. Some of y'all stick out like a sore thumb because you supposed to. Some of y'all be going back to your hometowns. How many of y'all? I'm from a hometown that's really small. My hometown real small. And every time I go back to that place every time I go back, I stick out like a sore thumb. You know, folks tell me, oh, you ain't even from here, are you? I actually was born here. Yes, I was. But I'm not a product of this environment. Sometimes you got to understand when you're not a product of that environment, you don't stick out and you don't blend in with everybody else. And that's the same way with people in your life. You don't blend in with everybody else. It is what it is. Some of y'all got to understand it because it's the truth. And I want y'all to follow me when I say this. You don't blend in because you're not supposed to. You don't fit in because you're not supposed to. Everything that makes you feel uncomfortable is because 9 times out of 10, you're not supposed to be there. One thing I had to understand was that part right there. I was supposed to have been gone a long time ago and not care about whatever other people say about me. I was supposed to be in positions where I was supposed to be winning a long time ago, but I always allowed folks' opinions to keep me in mediocrity. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all ain't elevated the way that you should is because you always worrying about what other folks gonna say about you. The folks that don't really like you listen, you say they don't matter, but they really do. Cause them be the main ones that talk about you. Them be the main ones that say, oh, you think you better than us, or you think you what they be saying. They be saying all type of stuff, but that's the only reason you really ain't won. Cause you worrying about what everybody else gonna say. And one thing I had to teach myself was if I allow people's opinions to matter, that's what I'm gonna start to live in. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of y'all gotta understand it is what it is. And you gotta be okay with your journey. Be okay with the fact that, baby, you are better than everybody else. Be okay with the fact that, baby, listen, you can still be pure and humble and still outshine everybody. It's not because you want to. It's because you ain't got no choice but to. All right? You ain't got no choice but to. You ain't got no choice but to shine. You ain't got no choice but to be who you are. It is what it is. Listen, sometimes you got to throw your hands up and be like, it is what it is. It is what it is. One thing I had to teach myself was that part right there. It is what it is. And let me tell y'all something. Just because you changing don't mean that you are trying to be better than people. Because people will make you feel bad for you not wanting to be the old version of you. Sometimes you got to understand that part. People will make you feel bad for not choosing to be who you was simply because they can't use you the way they used to. You got some folks out here that has talked you out of so much stuff when it come down to bettering yourself. And the only reason they talked you out of doing it is because they know they're no longer going to be in a position to use you anymore. Let me tell you something. You got folks that's talking you out of going to get that new job. Go get it. You got folks talking you out of going to get that new car. Go get it. You got folks talking you out of going to get that house. Go get it. Let me tell you something. The only reason people talk you out of doing better for yourself is because they already know that when you reach a level to where you're no longer going to be accessible, that's when everything starts to crumble for them. Sometimes you got to be in the reach of people, but they can't touch you. Let me say that again. Because I went over some of y'all heads. I want you to hear me loud and clear. Sometimes you got to be in the reach of people, but they can't touch you. What that mean is, baby, you can reach all you want to, but you ain't going to be able to touch me in this season of my life. You want to know why? Because I'm untouchable. You want to know why? Because I'm learning that the levels that I was supposed to be on a long time ago wasn't supposed to be on a level with you. That's it. Sometimes you got to get cocky with it. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, this season of my life, baby, listen. I'm about to be on a level to where people can see me, but they can't touch me. I'm about to start to go and elevate so fast that people gonna see me, but by the time they blink, baby, I'm already be gone. Let me tell you something. I am in a season of my life where I don't care about what other folks feel and what other folks think, because this season is about me. I am staying committed to me. I am staying the course to me. I am making sure that everything about me and my journey is going to be satisfied before anybody else is. That's it. That's it. I don't know. I don't know how simple I can get. Stay committed to you. And I guarantee you everything is going to start to make sense for you. The reason it don't make sense is because you ain't been in the business of allowing yourself to hurt yourself by walking away from folks that don't deserve you. That's it. Stay committed to you. And I guarantee you, everything gonna start to make sense to you. The reason it ain't making sense to you right now is because you ain't been in the business of breaking your own heart. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you gotta break your own heart in order for you to truly win. Let me say that again. Sometimes you gotta break your own heart by allowing yourself to walk away from folks that you know that don't deserve you. I had to learn that about my ex, baby. I wanted to stay with him forever. But let me tell you something. I had to break my own heart by stop allowing myself to pick up that phone and being accessible to him. Because the more I was accessible to him, the more I was accessible to the things that caused me trauma. That's it. And the more I allowed myself to stay attached to a person that caused me pain, thinking that it was going to be fixed, the longer he stayed, it really wasn't doing nothing but keeping me in that dark space. That's it. I done been there before. I didn't want to commit suicide before. I done had the anxiety attacks. I done had the depression episodes. I done had, and some of y'all gotta understand this too. Some of y'all have self-inflicting wounds that you scared to heal, because you scared that if you heal them on your own, then you're not gonna be able to understand the healing process. But let me tell you something. Sometimes healing your own wounds is the best thing that you can ever do. Stop looking for folks to come through with bandages in their hand to help you heal from certain things. Sometimes you healing on your own is the best healing that you can ever have in this life that we live in right here. When I did it on my own, that's when I felt better. When I had to, let me tell y'all something about a cat. A cat heals its own wounds because they lick it. They don't look for folks to come and heal them. They start the healing process on their own. They not looking for folks to come through with a bandage for them, because they do it on their own. Sometimes you got to be like a cat and heal your own wounds, because that's the best healing you will ever experience in your life. That's it. It's the truth. Y'all ain't never heard that before, huh? One thing I had to teach myself was that part right there. Healing my own wounds was the best feeling I could ever have in my life. Because now I understand that me staying the course and me staying the journey and me staying committed to me don't got nothing to do with no outside distractions. It's all about me. It's all about me. And it's all about you. It's all about you. No outside distractions is what's going to allow you to level up this season. You staying committed is what's going to allow you to level up this season. You asking yourself the question, why I ain't found my purpose yet, is because, first of all, you got to learn how to stay committed to what you are on, what journey you are on right now. That's it. I don't know how simple I can get with you. But don't think just because you used to be a person that you no longer, that you're supposed to be missing out on blessings because people are in your life that's trying to make you feel bad from where you have been. You got folks that'll make you feel bad for the person that you used to be. You got folks in your life that's still holding your past over your head because they want to make you feel like you don't deserve all the good things that God is about to get ready to bring your way. But let me tell you something. Where you've been is not where you are right now. Where you used to be is not where you are right now. The person that you used to be is not who you are right now. I need for you to understand. Don't let nobody hold nothing over your head or what you have already overcame, baby. You overcame it, and you graduated from it. So now it's time for you to move on from it. And anybody that don't want to move on with you are the ones that's gonna get left behind. Let me tell you something. Those the ones that's going to get left behind. You're not the same 18 and 19-year-old girl and boy like that you used to be. You grown now. Listen, if folks still see you as a person that you used to be, it's because they want to keep you there, because that's when you are most vulnerable to them using you. All right? Some of y'all got to understand that, because I don't think a lot of y'all have triggered that in your mental yet. Folks want you to stay the same, so they can get the same results when it comes down to them being benefited in your life. Right? Some of y'all don't understand it, but it's the truth. You got folks that will want to keep you in the same spot because they're able to control the narrative of being in your life when it comes down to them always using you. Some folks don't want you to elevate and change. Some folks don't want you to be better, because you want to know why? They still want that access to you. The longer you stay down on the level with them, the longer you become accessible to them. Let me tell you something. Folks don't want you to be on a top shelf where you're supposed to be. Because if you on a top shelf with them, then baby, they're not going to get no love on the bottom shelf. They ain't going to get no favor on the bottom shelf. It is what it is. I tell people that all the time. Listen, it is what it is. I use this analogy, and folks had looked at me like I was crazy, but I said, you will never see a giraffe associating with an ant. You got some folks in your life that's an ant, but you a giraffe to them. And some of y'all still trying to hold conversations with them, still trying to entertain them. Let me tell you something. A giraffe ain't even supposed to see an ant. That's what's so crazy. A giraffe so tall, you ain't even supposed to be seeing an ant on the ground. And some of y'all keep on entertaining people that are on an ant level. You allowing folks to be entertained by you, and baby, you supposed to be so far up that they can't even touch you. Come on now. You having conversations with, listen, you got folks looking at you like you crazy. You got folks looking at you like you crazy because they think you talking to something that ain't even, that barely even look like it's there. You know how small an ant is to a giraffe? And you sitting over here entertaining these people. You sitting over here trying to be attached to these people. You sitting over here trying to love these people, and they don't even deserve your love because it's too much for them anyway. Come on now. Make it make sense. Yeah, it blew your mind, didn't it? Think about it. You ain't gonna never see a family of ants and a giraffe holding a conversation. Hello, somebody. It blew your mind. Yeah. Because I need some of y'all to get right. I need some of y'all to get right. I need some of y'all to get right. Because some of y'all, and let me say this. Because some of y'all be, that analogy that I just used is also a representation of some of y'all friendships too. I don't think y'all off the hook, because I'm talking to y'all too. That analogy that I just used with that giraffe and that ant, yeah, that's a representation of some of y'all friendships too. Some of y'all been wondering why you ain't been able to win. It's because you got some friends in your life that ain't supposed to be there. You got some friends in your life that secretly envy you. You keep on wondering why you always broken down, because people casting their demons on you because they know you gonna take them on anyway. You got to know when your friends energy vampires too. Hello, somebody. Don't stop tapping the screen now. Don't start getting quiet now, because yes, I'm on y'all tail today. Yeah. Some of y'all friends are also energy vampires, and you wondering why you always sitting around caught up, and you feel depressed every time you talk to them because they always bringing your problems to you. And you always taking them on, and you wondering why all of a sudden you feel like you don't want to do nothing. It's the truth. Some of y'all entertain too many snakes. Sometimes when a snake hiss, it sound like sis, ladies. Sometimes when a snake hiss, it sound like sis, ladies. Let me say that again, because I don't think y'all ladies heard me. Sometimes when a snake hiss, it sound like sis, ladies. Ladies, Sometimes when a snake hiss, let me say that again for the folks in the back because I don't think you heard me. Sometimes when a snake hiss, it sounds like sis. Yeah. Uh-huh. Sometimes. I'm waiting on somebody to drop it so they can go ahead and pin it in the chat because that's a good one. Sometimes when a snake hiss, it sounds like sis. Ladies. Hello. Some of y'all be too free with that sis word. And they don't even know what sisterhood is, but you got the audacity to call them sis. Baby, everybody ain't your sis, and everybody ain't your friend. Some of y'all gotta stop being so open with that friend word. Because you allow folks in that don't even deserve to be in your life anyway. You got snakes around you that much rather poison you with their venom. And they trying their best to be all up under you. You know what a python do to its owner? See, I'm taking y'all back to school. You know what a python do to its owner? When it's time for them to eat, they size themselves up to fit to their body just so they can eat them. And some of y'all friendships describe exactly what I just said. You didn't let folks size you up. And you didn't let too many people be around you that were snakes. And you don't even allow people to show you who they are because you're so busy trying to put them there to fill a void just so you won't feel empty. That you don't even realize that you got fakes around you and you got people around you that are snakes that's sizing you up. And that's why you always are the one that's on the back burner because you always are in the position of giving folks the benefit of the doubt. Let me tell you something. If they cross you one time, they'll cross you again. If they a snake to you one time, they'll be a snake to you again. Stop being so open with your apologies and learn how to forgive for yourself and not forgive for other folks. Hello? Hello? Is anybody home? I need for you to pick up the phone. Is anybody home? Is anybody home? Hello? I'm calling. I need for you to pick up. It's the truth. You be so open with being a person who accepts, anything because of the stuff you've gone through, because you feel like you gotta accept anything in order for you to get to where you're going, baby. No. Stop allowing folks to run over you and play with you. Stop allowing folks to run over you and play with you just because you feel like you're gonna miss out on something. You ain't. Stop being so open with being vulnerable around certain people and you don't know nothing about them. Let me tell y'all something. Usually folks that want to know the most about you, you probably don't even know nothing about them. You want to know why? Because folks prey on everything that you got going on in your life. And this is why you got to start being careful with certain things and certain people that you talk to. Sometimes you got to be okay with understanding. When people don't tell you about them, it's because they're plotting against you. Let me say that again. When people don't tell you nothing about them, it's because they're plotting against you. Usually 9 times out of 10, you can sit on the phone with somebody, right? You can sit on the phone with your homeboy and your homegirl. You can talk about all your problems and everything you got going on. But as soon as it's time for them to talk about themselves, baby, they say they're going to call you back and you probably ain't got a call back yet. Some folks don't want you to be in their business, but they want to be in yours. Those are people that secretly envy you because they want to be there when it's time for your demise. Hello, somebody, it's the truth. Some folks want to be there when it's time for your demise. This is why you got to understand, folks don't like you. They just like being attached to you because of the favor that you have attached to you. It's the hardcore truth, but it's the truth. I know I'm stepping on some toes today. I love you, but I got to keep it real with you. Ain't nobody going to keep it real with you like I do. So this is why I'm keeping it 100 with you. I need for a lot of y'all to understand it's the truth now. You got some folks that's attached to you because it's not because they love you or they like you. It's because of the favor that come with you. If you notice that when folks walked in your life, all of a sudden they got a new job. When you notice that when folks start walking in your life, all of a sudden they ain't homeless no more. When you notice that when folks walked in your life, all of a sudden they got a new car. When you notice when some folks walked in your life, all of a sudden. Shall I keep going? I don't got to keep going, do I? You already know who I'm talking to. You already know who I'm talking about. Some folks don't like you. And you wondering why folks always look like they leveling up on you. But what you don't realize is the level up is within you. Uh-oh. Let me say that again for the people in the back, because I don't think y'all heard that one. That one was good. That one was good. You always wondering why people leveling up on you, but you gotta worry. You gotta think about the level up that's in you. Some of y'all got the level up within you, and you allowing people to level up on you that don't belong there. Hello. I'll wait. I'll wait. Do I need to say it again for the people in the back? I don't think y'all heard me. Because some of y'all just sitting there looking at me with your mouth open. Close your mouth for a fly in there. I said, you always worrying about folk that's leveling up on you, but you got to worry about the level up that's in you. Some of y'all are supposed to be surpassed all of these people that's in your life, and it look like they doing better than you, but you so busy worrying about how they got there, you don't even realize the only reason they got there was because of you anyway. Hello, somebody. Hello. You answering? You gonna answer the phone? Hello, I'm calling. You gotta worry about understanding that the only reason they got there anyway was because of you. Hello, somebody. Am I talking to myself? Am I talking to myself? Sometimes you got to know when it's time for folks to detach from your favor. That's it. That's it. You gotta understand that you got to stop allowing folks to be attached to you in your favor. You got to understand that when people overwhelm their stay, that's when you're going to start to feel uncomfortable around them. Let me learn you something real quick. There's the same people that I was talking about you being uncomfortable. You see how everything just came together in this one little teaching today. When you around folks that you are uncomfortable around, usually it's because you have overwhelmed your stay in their life and vice versa. It's the reason why you're always being so drained. It's the reason why you always feel like you're going through anxiety or you having anxiety attacks. And you feel like you're going through depression, it's because you don't even understand that is the reason why you always feel the way you feel. That's it. I'm just saying. I just need for y'all to, you know. I'm just trying to figure out. You know, you got folks that's living your dreams. You got folks that's living your dreams. Because you gave the key to your dreams a long time ago. You got folks around you that's doing stuff that you want to do. Because you done gave your key away too many times. You let everybody unlock your treasure box. Which is why you got folks around you that's living out things that you've been wanting to do for a long time. And your time was supposed to be a long time ago. You know, and it hurt so bad because you finally realized that every time you look around, you got somebody that's leveling up on you. Every time you look around, you got somebody that's living out things or going to get your dream car or they getting that dream house that you want. It's because you allow your dream to be accessible to too many people. Let me say that again. You allow your dreams to be accessible to too many people. Too many people got access to your treasure box. That's it. And you wondering why you ain't won yet. And you wondering why you ain't been in a position of where you need to be yet. Is because you got too many hands in the pot. It's time to put that top on that pot so you can start to get to work. That's it. It's time for you to get back committed to being where you want to be. That's it. I had to learn that for myself. I said, you know what? I got too many folks' hands in my treasure box. I got so many people touching my gold is that I can't even live out and enjoy my own gold because I got so many people trying to be attached to it because they know that without that attachment, they wouldn't be winning the way they winning anyway. Some folks already know this. Once they detach from you, they already know that, baby, listen, they favor and everything that's attached to your favor is going to stop. Folks know this already. Why you think they always talking you out of doing stuff for yourself? Why you think they always talking you out of doing something better for yourself? You got folks around you right now that's trying to talk you out of going to school because they want to make you feel like it's too late. You got folks talking you out of going to get a new job because they want to make you feel like it's too late. You might as well retire where you at. You've been over there for 20-some years. You might as well go ahead and stay over there. I mean, your business. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Some folks will talk you out of doing better for yourself because they know that the access to you is going to be cut off. Some folks don't want you to go get a new job. I had somebody that I used to work with, right? So I wanted to change careers. She didn't. So she got a ride from me every day to work. Guess what? I don't think you need to go get a new job. And I just feel like that's not a good change for you and da-da-da. But what I started to notice was she was talking me out of doing better for myself because it wasn't going to be beneficial to her. She was going to have to catch Uber. She was going to have to find somebody else to come to work, to bring her to work. So guess what? She was talking me out of bettering myself, which caused me to really trigger and really understand that, baby, the whole time you were talking about me being beneficial to you. Some of y'all got to start to realize and start to watch what people say. Some of y'all got to start to watch what people say because there's some truth behind that. When folks talk about, oh, well, you too old to go back to school, that's because that's how they feel about themselves. When folks talk about, oh, it's too late to do this or you shouldn't do this, it's because that's how they feel about themselves. Misery loves company. Some folks want you to be miserable with them because they have nowhere else to turn. That's it. You got to start to realize that it's just the truth. Some folks want you to be miserable with them because they have nowhere else to go. And some of them don't even know the end result to their own journey. So that's why they're trying to dictate yours. Hello, somebody. Some folks don't even know the end to their own journey, which is why they're trying to dictate yours. You got to learn that. And I need for a lot of y'all to write this down because, listen, I'm about to keep it 100 with you. Some of these folks I'm talking about be your own mamas and daddies. Do I need to say it again? Do I need to say it again? Some of these folks that I'm talking about be your own mamas and daddies. Yeah. What's so crazy is your first narcissistic experience wasn't in a relationship. It was from your mama and your daddy. Hello, somebody. Your first narcissistic interaction wasn't from their relationship that you feel like it's hurt you so bad. It was from your mama and your daddy. Yeah. Your heartbreak started at home. Yeah. Your heartbreak started as a child. And a lot of times you won't even realize it has carried over to your adulthood and you've tried to find another person to put it on, such as the blame, because you don't want your parents to be the source of that hurt and that trauma. Oh, I just opened up a can of worms. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Some of y'all look for people to take the blame for what was already caused and you didn't heal from it. That's what's so crazy. You don't even realize it, but it's the truth. You pointing the fingers at every person that did you wrong, calling them narcissistic, when you really need to turn and point to the people that's closest to you, which is your mom and your daddy. Hello, somebody? You don't even realize it. The reason you ain't blamed them or held them accountable yet is because it's going to break your little heart when you finally realize they have been the source to all your pain and your trauma in your life. That's it. When you finally realize that when you really have to hold somebody accountable to the things that has happened in your life, that's when it's going to break your little heart. When you finally got to hold them accountable. And holding them accountable means that you're going to end up having to walk away because they ain't going to see nothing wrong in their actions. Some of y'all don't even understand what I just said. But I'm going to go ahead and say it again for the folks in the back because we got to start the process. You breaking your own heart is you actually walking away from them because they not going to see nothing wrong in their actions. Some of y'all so scared because you trying to figure out how I'm going to live without my mom and my daddy. Baby, you been living. You been surviving. A lot of y'all don't even realize it, but let me tell you something. When you became an adult, that's when you became who you needed to become in order for you to break those generational curses. That's it. You don't even realize it, but it's the truth. You were born to break the generational curses. So what make you think God is going to keep you in a position to keep those generational curses ongoing? Some of y'all don't even realize it, but it's the truth. You've been surviving on your own. You've been living on your own. You've been going through your issues in your life on your own because you were the one that was set out to break the generational curses. So what make you think he's going to keep you attached to folks that didn't know how to do that in the first place? It took for you to be created in order for everything in your family. I'm getting too deep for y'all because y'all done got quiet. Don't get quiet now. It's the truth. I'm just telling you some truth right now. You keep on wondering why, but you don't even realize that the whole time you are being detached from people that couldn't break the generational curses anyway. You don't even realize that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You don't even realize it, but it's the truth. You are the one that was supposed to break the generational curses. And you are the one that was supposed to walk away from everything that caused the curse. You know, I used to ask myself that same thing. God, why I ain't breaking generational curses yet? He said, because you ain't walked away yet. Hello? Why? I ain't in a position to win the way I want to. Because you ain't walked away yet. You still attaching yourself to people who couldn't get the job done. So what make me think that you're going to be able to do it when you have these people that's around you and attached to you to distract you when they couldn't even get the job done anyway? A lot of y'all don't even realize it. Look at how many people has been born before you who had the potential to be as great as you, but they couldn't live up to it. Ooh, do you know that they were also chosen to be the generational curse breakers? Which is why they don't like you. Because you had to come and take their job because they couldn't live up to it. Do you know how deep that is? You got folks that's attached to you right now that know for a fact they were also chosen to break the generational curses. They just couldn't live up to the job. So you had to be born in order for you to get the job done. Hello, somebody. So what make you think God wants you to stay around folks who couldn't get the job done? Because they only going to be attached to you because they're going to distract you. It's the truth. You don't think God then whispered in these folks' ear and told them that you the chosen one? You don't think God whispered in these folks' ear and told them that you the chosen one? You don't think he already then told them that he chose you to break the generational curses? You don't think he tapped them on the shoulder and told them that, well, since you couldn't get the job done, I had to create somebody even better than you. I had to create somebody even more riskier than you, because they willing to take the risk to do what I need to do to get the job done. You don't think he already then told them that, and you wondering why they don't like you? They don't like you because they couldn't live up to what he needed them to be. Come on now. You're a risk taker. You know how to take risk. And by taking risks, I mean walk out on faith. Some of y'all always claim that you got all the faith in the world, but you don't know how to walk on it. Some of y'all always claim you got all this faith, but you don't know how to walk on it. That's crazy. Taking the risk is you stepping out on faith. Ooh. Taking the risk is you stepping out on faith. See, you didn't even think I was going to get that deep with you. But you always talk about how you got all this faith, but you scared to step out on it. That's crazy. You scared to actually take the risk to do what you need to do to get to where you need to go, because you always worrying about satisfying other folk. I don't know about you, but I'm taking risks this season. By taking risk, I mean, I'm stepping out on faith this season. Let me tell y'all something, man. And I ain't gonna try to get emotional with y'all today, because let me tell you something. I look pretty today. I ain't gonna try to be emotional with y'all. But let me tell you something. It took me a long time as a woman to accept the fact that, baby, I gotta step out on faith. If I always say I have the faith. And every time I have the faith, that means I got to be willing to take the risk. I was scared to do that. I was scared to do that because I felt like me taking risk is me upsetting God, when really and truly it was the other way around. I was upsetting him by not taking the risk. Sometimes you got to realize that we always say we got this faith in God, but we don't never look at it the way that we need to. We really upsetting him more than what we know. What I had to understand was I was upsetting him more by not actually taking the risk and stepping out on faith, because what I was doing was actually questioning his ability of him being available and him being there for me. That's it. You got to understand that part right there. Be willing to take the risk, but also be committed to who you need to be. Let me tell y'all something. It took me a long time to let that hit me right now. That hit me in my heart when I realized, how dare me tell myself that I'm a risk taker. Tell myself that I got the faith when I ain't even doing the stuff that I need to do for myself. You understand what I'm saying? Do you know how deep that gets? Do you know how deep that hits? When you realize you really ain't got the faith that you say that you got, because you ain't been operating in it. You ain't been operating in this faith because you ain't took no risk. A lot of times you don't even realize it, but it's the truth. How dare you say you got the faith and you ain't even took no risk? How dare you say you trust God when you ain't really trusting him, because you ain't really putting yourself up to trust him? Come on now. One thing I had to teach myself was that part right there. I had to get right with me to understand that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do because I was always playing it safe. Some of y'all like to play it safe because you like to control the narrative. But what you got to understand is, if you truly a believer and you truly know that God is going to come through for you, then you going to take the risk because you know he ain't going to let you down. You ain't worrying about controlling the narrative this season of your life. One thing I had to understand was that part right there. I got to be open and willing enough to risk it all to know that God is going to be there on my behalf every time I go up against anything that I feel like is going to hurt me or harm me. I know he ain't going to bring me to no fire and burn me, because he going to come and save me. That's it. That's it. That's it. Some of y'all got to start getting ready. You ain't getting ready, which is why you always being beat down and boggled down by things, because you're not getting ready. Be prepared. And what I mean by being prepared is, baby, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. You think you're going through something for no reason? He trying to get your attention. That's all. You think you going through financial struggles right now for no reason. He trying to get your attention because he know that your money is the only thing that's going to get your attention anyway. He can't get your attention through nothing else. Because he know that, baby, when he hit them finances, that's when everything is going to start to feel like it's falling apart for you. That's the only way he can talk to you is through your finances. Ain't that crazy? I realized that, baby, when my finances started to be troubled, that's when I started to understand that was God talking to me. Because, baby, one thing about them coins, baby, listen, that's one thing I always paid attention to. And that's one thing I had to realize. That's how God was communicating with me. He was communicating with me through my coins. Because when my coins was affected and when I was dead broke and when I didn't have nothing, that's when I said I had all my faith. When I ain't have nothing. Because I had to learn how to take risk in order for me to get it back. And what that mean was I had to learn how to walk on faith and not by sight. Come on now. I didn't see it coming, but I had to actually understand that, baby, it was coming, because I had to understand that God is working on my behalf, even when I don't see it. Some of y'all don't realize it, but it's the truth. Don't get quiet now. It's the truth. You got to understand that, baby, he going to hit you where it hurt, but he not trying to hurt you. He just trying to get your attention. Come on now. You going through all this stuff at your job. It's because he trying to get your attention. You love your job, but let me tell you something. It's going to feel like everything is going wrong because everything really is falling right on your behalf. Come on now. I had to tell myself that. I said, baby, listen, what I don't understand is when I'm being attacked by God, it's not actually for him to hurt me. It's actually for him to get my attention. That's it. It's actually not for him to hurt me. It's actually for him to get my attention. One thing I had to understand was that part right there. God, I know you ain't hurting me. I know you ain't putting me in the positions for me to lose. I know you trying to get my attention. So God, you got my undivided attention. But see, you know what he said to me? He said, it shouldn't take for me to affect you in a way that you feel like you being broken down by me in order for me to really have your full undivided attention. See, when you decided to take your eyes off of me in the first place, when you decided to take your eyes off of me in the first place, that's when I knew that you were distracted. Come on now. I was a little distracted. Because I felt like since everything was going good and I can take my eyes off God. But God was saying to me the whole time, baby, no, you don't take your eyes off of me when everything is going good for you. You keep your eyes on me at all times, and you will understand that everything that I have brought to you was something that you were supposed to get a long time ago, but you were so distracted by the people and the things that was in your life. You paid more attention to them instead of me. Ooh. Woo. That was a load right there. I just had to understand that for myself. When it's going good, that's when you need to stay focused even more. Hello, somebody. It's so crazy how when things go bad, we feel like we got to pay attention to God. But see, you should have never took your eyes off him anyway. Yeah. You should have never took your eyes off of him anyway. Some of y'all don't even realize he ain't trying to hurt you. He just trying to get your attention. You ain't got your money for your rent. It's because you're supposed to be paying attention. You ain't got that money for that car payment. It's because you're supposed to be paying attention. You ain't got that money for the insurance. It's because you're supposed to be paying attention. You ain't got that money for that mortgage. You're supposed to be paying attention. He ain't trying to hurt you. He just trying to get you to understand that, baby, I need for you to pay attention. That's it. That's it. And now he got my full undivided attention. Because I'll never let him bring me to the lowest of low in order for me to have my attention, and in order for him to have my attention ever again. It's the truth. I will never let God take me to the lowest of low to get my attention. Because, baby, when I'm at the highest of high, when I'm at the highest of high, God, you're going to have my attention anyway. Some of y'all got to start paying attention because you so busy trying to be distracted with your problems and the things that you're going through. That's why you so scared to take the risk. You keep on talking about how you about to step out on faith, but you ain't did it yet. Uh-oh. You keep on talking about how you about to do this and do that and take and start that business that you want, but you ain't did it yet. because you're so busy trying to control the narrative. One thing I had to understand was, baby, when I let God in that driver's seat, I had to take my hands off the wheel. When I let God in that driver's seat, I had to take my hands off the wheel. Because I couldn't control what destination I was going to. Some of y'all just want to go to Jamaica, but God trying to take you to Dubai. And you don't even realize that you're keeping yourself in mediocrity because you're trying to figure out how to control the narrative. But God is saying, baby, when you let me take the driver's seat, I'm going to take you to places that you never imagined yourself to go. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You don't even realize it, but it's the truth. Some of y'all trying to just go to Jamaica, but God is trying to take you to Dubai. Ooh. And he said, if you focus on me, I'm going to take you to places that you would never imagine yourself to go. Come on now. What's so crazy is some of y'all don't think you can afford Dubai because you're so busy thinking you can only afford Jamaica. God is telling you, baby, listen, when you let me control it and when you let me drive, you're going to have even more. Listen, I don't know who this message is for today. But let me tell you something. You got to learn how to take the risk. You got to be willing to stay committed to you. And you got to be okay with setting yourself free from people that don't belong in your life. It's a distraction. Let me tell you something. Now that I'm no longer distracted, I'm the happiest I ever been. Simply because I understand that just because I went through trauma don't mean my happiness live in that trauma. Some of y'all don't even realize what I just said. You keep yourself in traumatic situations and connections because you feel like that's where your happiness lies. No. Your happiness lies where your peace is. Some of y'all have not experienced peace because you ain't allowed yourself to be set free. You ain't allowed yourself to be set free, which is why you still have attachments to folks that's not supposed to be in your life. That's it. When I got a taste of that PEACE, I had to understand that there was something that I couldn't never let nobody else ruin for me. When I tasted that PEACE, I had to realize that right there was something that nobody would ever be able to touch in my life. Because, baby, peace is priceless and you can't put no price on peace. Because when you finally taste it and you finally understand what it tastes like, you ain't gonna never want nobody to touch it anyway. So let me tell you something. It's gonna be a lot of, when you finally understand what peace is, baby, listen. You ain't gonna let nobody come in and tell you what you gonna do. You ain't gonna let nobody come in and tell you what you need to do. Baby, it is what it is. Because the one thing I had to understand was my peace is something that money can't buy. And I'm not gonna put a price on it now. Come on now. I had to learn that for myself. I said, I'd be daggone if I put a price on my peace. Because price is for free when it comes from within. Let me say that again. Peace is free when it comes from within. I be trying to tell folks to start with you first. You keep on wondering why you attracting all this chaos because you operating in it. Some of y'all got to understand when we say you are what you attract, just know it goes for everything. Not just one thing. It goes for everything. You are what you attract. So if you keep on living in chaos, that means you're going to start attracting chaos. Some of y'all keep on asking yourself why you keep on attracting broken people. It's because you created this illusion in your head that you healed when you really not. Let me say that again. You keep on asking yourself why you keep on attracting broken people. Because you keep on creating this illusion in your head that you healed when you really not. Do I need to stop? Ooh, Lord. Hello, somebody. Yeah. You keep on asking yourself why you always attracting folks that you gotta fix. Is because you gotta fix yourself. Some of y'all keep on asking this question. God, why you putting me in positions to fix folks? It's because He's trying to get you to understand you got to fix yourself. You scared to look at yourself in the mirror, but you always trying to put everybody else in your life in the mirror so they can see their potential when you don't even see your own. What's so crazy is you trying to push everybody to the mirror so they can see their potential of what you see in them, but you won't even see your own. Hello, somebody? I had to teach myself that. Because I had to tell myself, how dare you? How dare you try to push folks in the mirror and you pushing yourself to the side because you don't even see your own potential, but you trying to get everybody else to live in theirs? How dare you? How dare you do that to yourself? And you keep on wondering why you got folks in your life that's draining you, that's causing you pain and trauma, that's causing you to be depressed and have anxiety. It's because you're not paying attention to your own potential. Some of y'all don't even realize that you're not doing nothing but allowing your potential to be in the hands of folks that don't even like you in the first place. Come on now. I had to tell myself that. I said, how dare you, Akira? You allowing your potential to be in the palms of folks that don't even like you. You allowing folks to be attached to you, and they're actually controlling the narrative of where you should be with as far as potential, because that's why you always putting yourself on the level with them, and you're not even supposed to be there because you allowing yourself to be on the mediocrity. I'm too deep for y'all. I'm too deep for y'all. Y'all, listen. Y'all not, y'all, you listen, this TikTok get real over here. Let me say that again. This TikTok get real over here. Let me say that again. You so busy operating in mediocrity that you don't even understand that you allowing your potential to be in the palms of folks that don't even like you. That's it. You allowing your potential to be in the palms of folks that don't even like you. It's kind of like a crystal ball a little bit. You allowing folks to see everything that's going to take you to a new level. And that's why they're always there to block you. Some of y'all don't even understand that. You're allowing folks to control your narrative when they shouldn't even be a character in your book. Let me say that again. You got some folks controlling your narrative when they shouldn't even be a character in your book. Some of y'all allowing folks to write themselves in the script. Let me say that again. Some of y'all allowing folks to write themselves in the script. You don't even realize it, but it's the truth. You know how many people that came in your life and told you what they gonna do, and you ain't had not one say so. I need for you to get your power back. I need for you to get your power back, because baby, I don't know what you got going on, but I need for you to take this power back that you feel, because right now you feel powerless, and I need for you to know that you're powerful. Let me say that again. Right now you feeling powerless, and I need for you to understand how powerful you are. I need for you to get your power back. You letting way too many folk come in and steal your power. And you keep on wondering why your jumper always clicking off. Some of y'all got to understand the same way your breaker work in your house. When it's too much power going to one source, it's going to jump off and go dark. That's the same way it work in your life. When you allow folks to plug up to you, and you always allowing folks to drain you and your energy, you're going to go dark. Come on now. You wasn't ready for that. You wasn't ready for that. You wasn't ready for that. Did you hear what I just said? Do I need to say it again? Some of y'all don't even understand. You allowing folks to be attached to your power, which is why you always feel so powerless. The same way it work in your house when the breaker box jump. When it's too much power going to one source. guess what it's going to do? Guess what it's going to do? It's going to go black. Guess what it's going to do? It's going to go black. I've been on here with y'all too long. My phone about to die and stuff. See, I've been on here with y'all too long. Let me tell y'all something. We done got real deep today. So I need for some of y'all to learn how to cut people off at the source. Because if they always plugging up to you, you always going to feel drained. Hello, somebody. When they always plugging up to you, you're going to always feel drained. Now listen, let me give y'all a little lesson on this right here. Now, I ain't been live in almost a month going on, right? And I had to learn how to understand my power. So I had to learn how to understand my power, right? I had to understand that, some folks get excited by you not being around simply because of the power that you carry. So what make you think they ain't gonna be ready to drain you? Let me tell y'all something. I had to learn that. Because being chosen ain't for the weak. A lot of y'all don't understand it, but it's the truth. Being chosen, baby, ain't for the weak. You can't just walk around here and just have chosen on your forehead and think that people not gonna understand. You ain't even gotta do that no way, because the glow that's within you gonna reflect anyway. Let me tell y'all something. Being chosen ain't no joke. And I be trying to tell folks, listen, this ain't for the weak. If you weak, baby, God ain't gonna choose you to be chosen, because it's a lot of stuff that come with being chosen. You gonna have to know when to speak, and you gonna have to know when to shut up. I be trying to tell folks, listen, I don't really condone a lot of stuff. But baby, I would listen. When it come down to me fighting, I will fight somebody spiritually all day long when you challenging my chosenness. I be trying to tell folks, I don't condone violence, but trust and believe. I will go toe to toe with you about my chosenness. Because let me tell you something. God don't play about me, and I'm not going to play with you. All right? I be trying to tell folks, stop playing. Because God don't play about me, and I ain't about to sit around and play with you, baby. I will go toe to toe with you. It sure will. I be trying to tell people, don't get beat up now. Because I had to learn how to stop playing with my chosenness. Now, let me tell you something. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to realize that I was chosen. Some of y'all still trying to be naive and start trying to be in denial. For what? Go ahead and accept it. The reason you ain't doing the stuff you need to do anyway is because you too busy being in denial. What made me realize I was going through my suicidal phase, where I was wanting to end everything. And when I realized that I was in a position, right? And I'm gonna try not to get emotional when I talk about this, because y'all know it's kind of touchy for me, because y'all know I'm a 5-time suicidal survivor, right? And I remember this day so vividly because I had planned everything out, right? And I was like, I'm gonna go to work on a normal day. I'm gonna just go to work on a normal day. I'm gonna work my night shift, but I ain't gonna make it home. And in that moment, I had this whole plan, but I had to realize something. I survived something 5 times that was supposed to kill me. And me doing it again wasn't going to be the end all be all for me. And I had to realize that the reason that I was placed in this position was because I have a purpose over my life that was bigger than me. So what that mean was, I had stuff to do that I didn't understand, but I didn't understand why God chose me. I didn't understand why God wanted me to do these things. I didn't understand why God chose me to be this person and be this bright person when I always walked in darkness. How many of y'all ask yourself the question, God, why you choose me? Why you choose me when I ain't even got it together myself? Why you choose me when I'm broken myself? God, why you choose me when I can't even get myself together? I had to ask myself that over and over again because I didn't understand. Why you choose me? Why you choose me to have a platform when I don't even got it together myself? I ain't the perfect Christian. I don't know every scripture to the Bible, but God, why you choose me to be chosen? Why you choose me to do all these great things and put myself on a platform when I ain't even ready to be on a platform, because I'm not even fully okay with who I am as a woman. I feel like my flaws is something serious, and a lot of people feel like I'm the most beautiful person in the world, but my flaws is something that I can't talk about, is because I try to tell people that having flaws is okay, but then again, I'm not okay with my own flaws. And I had to get myself together. That's when I realized in that moment, I said, you know what? You got to stop putting yourself in a position to question who you are. Because that's when you start to question God. And when you start to question God, that's when you create this dark place for yourself, right? You start to create this dark place for yourself because you don't know no better. Because if you can question yourself, you're going to question everything about you, which is also going to make you question the man that created you. That's it. Some of y'all got to understand that part. You don't get it, but it's the truth. You got to be okay with understanding. You got to stop questioning you. Stop questioning your ability. And stop questioning your potential. And stop questioning your chosenness. It ain't nothing you can do to erase it. Your name is on it for a reason. Your chosenness is over your life for a reason. Your purpose is over your life for a reason. It ain't nothing you can do to erase it. I know you want to, but baby, you can't. I know you don't want to hear nobody else's mouth. But listen, it ain't about them no more. It's about you staying committed. Stay committed to you. Stay committed to your happiness. Stay committed to the course and the journey, and I guarantee you it'll start to make sense for you. It's bigger than you. That's right. It's bigger than you. You listen, you don't get it, but it's the truth. A lot of y'all don't get it, but it's the truth. It's bigger than you. Hey, love, it's bigger than you. I had to tell myself that. I said, you know what? This bigger than me. My platform is bigger than me. Because you want to know why? I have hundreds of people that come and talk to me about their life problems. But what I had to understand was that was my purpose. I used to always tell myself that I wasn't a people person because I was running away from my purpose. Come on now. Some of y'all missing this. You running from things that's attached to your purpose because you feel like if you don't like it, you don't got to do it. But let me tell you something. You can't tell God what to do. I used to tell myself, baby, I ain't no people person. How dare me tell myself that, and I'm on here talking to hundreds of people. God said, I don't care what you like. This ain't about you. It's bigger than you. I don't care what you doing. This ain't about you. This bigger than you. I don't care what you don't like. This ain't about you. This bigger than you. I don't care if you don't like being bothered. This ain't about you. This bigger than you. Some of y'all be wondering why you go to work and you got folks always talking to you, and baby, you have your headphones in because you don't like to fool with folks. Yes, I'm calling y'all out. It's bigger than you. Okay? And you still wondering why folks be trying to talk to you and you won't be looking like you want to be bothered. It's bigger than you. Hello, somebody. You running from stuff that's attached to your purpose. It's bigger than you. You can't get mad because you keep on trying to convince yourself that people is not your purpose. But let me tell you something. Usually when it's something that annoys you, it's probably attached to your purpose. It's bigger than you. What's up, babe? It's bigger than you, baby. Come on now. Go ahead and admit it. It's bigger than me. I need for y'all to say that to yourself. It's bigger than me. You trying to control it, but baby, it's bigger than you. You trying to run away from it, but it's bigger than you. You trying to put yourself in a position to be naive about it, but it's bigger than you. Usually the things that we don't think that we're good at are the thing that's best for us when it comes down to our purpose. Believe it or not, it's the truth. You don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. It's bigger than you. Your purpose is bigger than you. You ain't got no choice but to keep going. Because see, let me tell you something. I'm going to be like a bug in your ear. You know how them gnats be getting on your nerves and be flying around your food and stuff? I'm going to be just like that. It's bigger than you because I need for you to understand that, baby, you can't run from your purpose. You can't run from it. And let me tell you something. God gonna place angels in your life to remind you that each and every time. Some of y'all wasn't even coming on TikTok today for no specific message. You was coming on TikTok for a scapegoat because you needed a laugh. But you came across this live because God said it's time for you to stop playing with you. God said it's time for you to get right. It's time for you to stay committed to the journey. It's time for you to start understanding that you got to start taking yourself serious. Some of y'all don't even understand. You come across things and people that remind you of where you need to be because you are in a place in your life when you ain't got time to play. Come on now. You don't even realize it, but it's the truth. You in a position right now where, baby, you ain't got time to waste time. You ain't got time to play with you. Because let me tell you something. You are in a space where your purpose is about to start to explode on your behalf. A lot of y'all don't even understand what I just said. But your purpose is about to start to explode on your behalf because now is the time for you to start to get serious about what God has written over your life. That's it. You came across this live because everything that you have prayed about from last week, this week, whatever, it has been answered on this whole live. The reason that I was talking to you specifically was because you keep on asking yourself why you don't run across people that understand you. It's because you got to start to detach from the people that misunderstand you. Come on now. It's the truth. You got to start to detach yourself from folks that misunderstand you. What I had to understand was, baby, I can't be understood if I'm always around folks that want to misunderstand me as a coping mechanism to their own hatred towards me. Let me say that again. I can't be understood by people who misunderstand me as a coping mechanism to their envy towards me. Some folks want to misunderstand you simply because of the simple fact that they don't like you in the first place. You got folks trying to save their own feelings by not trying to be so caught up in the knowing that you are purposeful and knowing that you are chosen because they trying to cope with themselves and their own hatred towards you. Baby, please. Let me tell you something. I ain't got time for folks that misunderstand me. I don't have time for folks who always secretly envy me. I ain't got time for folks to sit around and wonder why God chose me and not them. I don't have time for folks who try to make it seem like I'm the problem when it's really them. Some of y'all got folks around y'all that make it seem like you so difficult. You want to know why? Because they want to make you feel like you're so low and you're so small compared to them so you can stay on the same level with them. See, y'all about to get me started. I was about to get ready to get off, but God said no. Listen. You got folks around you right now that want to make you feel like you so small and make you feel like you do way too much. You got some folks in your life that say you talk too much. You got some folks in your life that say you do too much. Some folks want you to be that small because that's how small they are. Hello, somebody. Some of y'all got to understand it, but it's the truth. You got some folks that try to misunderstand you because they're trying to cope with the fact that they don't really like you anyway. You got some folks that try to make it seem like you're difficult, but it's difficult for them to understand because they really that slow. I'm going to be nice. I ain't gonna say that. I just seen a comment that said small-minded. They just small-minded. They just small-minded. I'm gonna be nice. I ain't gonna use that word. Baby, they just small-minded. That's all. That's it. Woo, baby, listen. Some folks be trying to make it seem like you just so difficult to understand. Baby, you don't want to understand me because I'm easy to understand if you actually was on the same level as me. Hello. I be trying to tell folks, baby, if you don't understand me, it's because you're not on the level of my thinking. Sometimes that's the best way to actually reject folks the nice way. Listen, you ain't supposed to understand me because you ain't on my level of thinking. Hello. I be trying to tell folks, listen, if you don't understand my life, it's because you ain't reached that level yet. Sometimes you got to tell a hater, baby, you just ain't reached that level yet, baby. You just ain't reached that level yet. It's all right. You will get there one day. But listen, I ain't waiting on you to get there, okay? I be trying to tell folks, listen, you if you don't understand what goes on in this life, then baby, you just ain't there yet, and that's okay. We'll holler at you whenever you're ready. We'll be here waiting on you. Actually, no, we won't. We'll see you. Let me tell y'all something. This real talk. This real talk. Let me say this to you real quick. Don't be sitting around waiting on nobody to get on your level. Anybody that belong in your life is going to meet you there. Okay? Anybody that belong on your level is going to meet you there. Don't sit around waiting on nobody to actually get on your level. Because, baby, listen. But the longer you sit and wait, the longer they going to think you're going to sit and wait on them. No, baby, I'll holler at you. If you belong there, then, baby, God is going to place you there when I finally make it there. You going to meet me there or beat me there. Hello. I be trying to tell folks, baby, I ain't waiting on you. You got grown folks and grown men think you going to sit around and wait on them. Baby, ain't nobody about to wait on you. Meet me there or beat me there. But if you ain't there by time, it's time for me to actually get to that level. I'll holler at you. I've been sitting around waiting on folks way too long for me to sit around and wait on you to get it right. Let me tell you something. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to tell yourself, it is what it is. You either meet me there or beat me there, baby. Whatever you decide to do, I'll holler at you. Because I done waited on way too many people in my life, and I done wasted so much time that I ain't got no time to waste no more. Some of y'all got to understand, you ain't got no more time to waste. You done sat around and waited on folks to get it right for so long that you don't even realize ain't nobody waited on you. Hello, somebody. You don't even realize ain't nobody waited on you. As soon as you ran out of gas, baby, they left you on the side of the road. As soon as you ran out of gas, they left you on the side of the road. They ain't even asked you if you needed anything. You want to know why? Because folks love to see you stranded anyway. Folks love to see you stranded anyway. Folks love to see you on the side of the road anyway, because that mean that they ain't got to be in competition no more. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Folks love to see you on the side of the road anyway, because that means that their competition is no longer there. You got folks in secret competition with you and you don't even realize it. Thank you, brother. You got folks in secret competition with you and you don't even realize it. You don't even understand that folks cringe by the simple fact that you doing better than them. You got some folks over here that, baby, you probably ain't, listen, I probably ain't got $50 to my name, but I make it look good. And you got some folks that's mad about that. You got some folks that look like they got $50 because they all they got is $50. Whoo, Lord. Huh? Some of y'all only got $50 to your name, but baby, you don't look like it. Okay? I be trying to tell folks, baby, you will never know. Listen, you will never know. You will never. Listen, you will never know. You will never know. You will never know. Because sometimes you got to understand, that's what you listen. If it's in you, it's just in you. It ain't got to be on you. I'm telling y'all right now, listen, let me tell you something. Just because my bank account don't reflect it don't mean that my spirit ain't already rich. I be trying to tell folks, listen, your spirit already rich before your bank account is anyway. I be trying to tell some of y'all that, yeah, your bank account might be overdrawn, but your spirit ain't. Hello? We still on the phone. Yes, I'm talking your head off today. Yes, you heard it right. I said your bank account might be overdrawn, but that don't mean your spirit is. Some of y'all don't even understand what I just said. Your bank account might be overdrawn, but that don't mean your spirit is. See, some of y'all don't even realize that, baby, you got riches in the spirit before you even gonna have it to touch. Let me say that again. You got riches in the spirit before you even have it to touch. Let me tell y'all something. I'll take a rich spirit any day. I don't care how broke I am in the flesh. I'll take a rich spirit any day. Some of y'all don't even understand what I just said. Because you so busy thinking about the monetary gain, you don't even realize that, baby, money don't mean everything. It's your spirit being on full. That's what means everything to me. I be trying to tell folks, let me tell you something. my partner's spirit got to be full, because if I'm on a spirit, if I'm on a full spirit, then my partner got to be on a full spirit, because I ain't looking for nobody to drain me. Some of y'all got to realize that. Some of y'all women, you got to realize that, baby, his spirit got to be full just like his bank account is. If his bank account don't match his spirit, then it's a problem. Some of y'all got to understand, if his spirit don't match his bank account, then baby, that's a problem. You ain't gonna never be full in the spirit, but just because your pocket's full, that don't mean nothing. Some of y'all, let me get off. I'm about to get too deep for y'all. I'm about to get too deep for y'all. Y'all sending trains and stuff, that's what I'm talking about. I'm getting too deep for y'all. I'm getting too deep for y'all. Let me tell you something. His pockets gotta match his spirit, baby. His pockets gotta match his spirit. And if his pockets don't match his spirit, then you gotta understand you ain't gonna never be full. Some of y'all gotta understand you gotta stop trying to fill up every cup that's put in front of you. Lord, how many trains? Choo choo. Come on, ride that train and ride it. Anyway, moving on. Listen, you got to stop trying to fill up every cup that's in front of you. Some of y'all don't even realize what I just said, but it's the truth. Every time somebody put a cup in front of you, you feel like you got to fill it up. That ain't your job. Sometimes you got to make people leave you in a drought. That's it. Sometimes you got to make folk leave you in a drought. You want to know what's so crazy? You got folks that get their cup full every time they sit around you. But they don't care if you on full when you leave from around them. Hello? What's so crazy? What's so crazy is you fill up every person's cup every time they get around you. But every time you get around somebody, they don't care about you, leaving them in a drought. Yikes. Fix it. Fix it. Some of y'all got to learn how to fix that. Because what you don't understand is, the more you sit around folk that constantly disrespect your character, you ain't doing nothing but really reflecting how you feel about yourself. You got folk that sit around you and know how powerful you are. But the fact that you allow them to continue to put you in positions for you to question yourself, you don't even realize. See, I'm too deep for y'all. Because you know what's so crazy is I done triggered a lot of y'all today. Matter of fact, some of y'all light bulbs and went off. Because now you understand stuff that you've been trying to understand for a long time. Sometimes it takes for you to come across a stranger that don't even know you from a can of paint to actually trigger your mind. You know how many people don't realize that? You ain't gonna learn from people that's been around you for a long time. You gonna learn from somebody that don't even know you like that. A stranger might come in your life and change your life, and you don't even know it. Some of y'all don't even realize that you have pushed strangers away because they have told you something that somebody in your life ain't never told you before. You have pushed so many strangers in your life away because you feel like they don't know you like that, but what you don't know is they were sent by God to tell you a message that you've been blinded by for so long. Oh, snap. Do I need to say it again? You done push so many strangers out of your life because you have had people in your life that ain't kept it. Let me break it down for you and let me get a little hood. That ain't kept it 100 with you. Yeah. They ain't kept it 100 with you. So every time a stranger come across you to tell you about yourself, you get mad. Because you have folks around you that always sugarcoat stuff with you because they scared to fall out with you because of the simple fact that they benefit from something that you do for them. Do I need to keep going? I said, you got folks in your life that don't keep it 100 with you because they scared of the simple fact of risking they gonna fall out with you because of the benefit that they get from you. So they ain't gonna keep it 100 with you. But see, a stranger, some of y'all don't like listening to strangers because you feel like a stranger is coming in to use you. But let me blow your mind right quick. A stranger don't know what you got because they don't know you like that. A person in your life know you better than you know yourself because you tell them everything. So a stranger actually coming into your life to tell you about yourself might be something that you need to start paying attention to. You know how many folks I had drop out of this live today because they felt like I was a stranger to them and they ain't know what I was talking about? That might have been a message for them. But some folks feel like just because they don't know you, they don't mean that they were sent by God to actually be a blessing for them. One thing I had to learn was that part right there. Now I pay more attention to strangers than I do to people in my real life. You got folks that will keep you in a place where you really start to trigger your mind that they got your best interest when they really don't. When you got folks around you that don't keep it 100 with you, you ain't even gonna know what 100 look like when you got folks that's coming into your life that's trying to be real with you. You feel what I'm saying? So I had to learn that. I love you back, babe. I had to learn it. I was like, you know what? I need to start listening to strangers because sometimes God sends blessings in any shape, form, or fashion. And sometimes that includes people. That's it. Sometimes your blessing can come in the form of a person. You might not want to believe it, but it's the truth. Sometimes your blessing can come in the form of a person. And sometimes that form of a person might not be what you actually imagine it to be. You got some folks that look at the looks of things rather than the message of things. And that be our problem. We always think that our eyes got to be satisfied instead of our spirit. Some of y'all fellas in here know exactly what I'm talking about. Because if she ain't fine to everybody else and you feel like you that ain't what you want, right? If she not appealing to your eye, then she not for you, right? But a lot of y'all got to understand, you got to start worrying about your spirit because the time that you think you got left, not really the time that you have. So you got to stop playing with yourself, right? And I'm gonna be 100 with you. A couple of y'all in here know exactly what I'm talking about because they just hit you right there. Some of my fellas in this room right now, they just hit you right there because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Stop always being so caught up in being fed by the eye and start getting fed by the spirit. And I guarantee you a lot of y'all men and a lot of y'all women will see that you done missed out on so many blessings in forms of people that you don't even realize just because they wasn't satisfied to your eye. Some of y'all would choose a satisfied eye over a satisfied spirit. Some of y'all don't like to hear it, but it's the truth. Let me say that again. Some of y'all would choose a satisfied eye over a satisfied spirit, which is why you're always in the business of losing. One thing I always had to tell myself was, baby, I don't care how good you look. If you ain't satisfying my spirit, you ain't got nothing for me. One thing I had to teach myself was that right there. I don't care how good he look. But if he ain't satisfying my spirit, then he ain't for me. Some of y'all got to realize it. Because it gets personal when you start to realize that, baby, you done missed out on so many things. Because you so busy trying to find somebody that look like they belong on Instagram or look like they belong on social media, period. And you done missed out on so many blessings because you done caused yourself more pain because you always going for the eye full instead of the spirit full. Yikes. I'm done with y'all today. That's all I got for you. I love you. That's it. That's all I got for y'all today. Whew. Let me tell y'all something. Before I get off this live. If ain't nobody told you that they loved you today, I love you. And listen, you on the right track. You on the right track. If ain't nobody told you today that they loved you, I do. And don't ever get caught up in the things that don't matter. Because this your season of shining. This your season of winning. And listen, as long as you got folks in your corner that want to see you win, don't worry about the folks that don't. Yeah. This was your first time here. Y'all go ahead and give me a follow. I love y'all. Listen, I ain't going to tell y'all next time I own. Because I can't, listen, my schedule be so crazy. If I tell y'all I'm going to be on at a certain time and I don't come on, I'm going to mess up, my schedule. So, just turn my notifications on. You ain't got to like, subscribe. You ain't got to do nothing. Just go to my profile, hit the bell. So that way you'll get notified every time I go live. Like, now listen. I go live any time of day. It don't matter. I can be up at 2 o'clock in the morning going live. But I had to start to understand that I got to stop going live that late because it be demonic spirits and witches and warlocks up that time of night. I don't need to be moving around that late. Usually I'm on this time of night. Usually if I get on live. Y'all be having to understand you got to stop being up that time of night because you got demons and stuff moving around. No, I don't do that. We all, listen, we all authentic over here. We ain't looking for nobody to jump on our bandwagon. You feel what I'm saying? I be trying to tell folks who use the word God to trick you into believing that they really God-fearing people. Baby, listen, you a whole demonic spirit out here. A whole wolf in sheep clothing, and you out here talking about scriptures and stuff. I be trying to tell folks. God don't operate in them time hours. I'm just go ahead and tell you, God, I'm just gonna be 100. I ain't laughing. I'm dead serious. Y'all know I do. I just be trying to figure out like why folks be, baby. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to address y'all because y'all be making me mad. Why when folks put prophesying in their title on TikTok, y'all just flocking they live like they gonna tell you a message? Because some of y'all, you want to know why? Some of y'all be so in a rush in life that you feel like when somebody prophesying to you, they telling you something that you need to hear. When really and truly that ain't the case. Some of y'all gotta start understanding when you entertaining witches and warlocks and wolves in sheep clothing. Sometimes it don't be time for you to know the stuff that you want to know. Some of y'all be so in a rush, right? You want answers right then and there. That's why you always unlocking portals that you ain't ready for. Let's talk about it. Y'all won't let me get off live, so let's talk about it. You unlocking portals that you ain't even ready for. Some of y'all always wondering and asking yourself why you always feeling drained and boggled down. It's because you always trying to rush your life, trying to get readings and get prophesied to from people that ain't even operating in their own faith, but they trying to tell you how to step in your faith. That's crazy. And yes, I'm mad at y'all right now because I need for a lot of y'all to understand what I'm saying to you. You got folks that's walking around looking for folks to prophesy to them. You got folks sending tips, sending money trying to get in line to be prophesied to. But let me tell you something. God's prophecy don't operate off monetary gain. Did I just say that out loud? God's prophecy don't operate off monetary gain. You ain't gonna have to pay for a true prophecy. Somebody prophesying to you, you ain't gonna have to pay for it. You ain't gonna need no Cash App to skip line. You ain't gonna need no Zelle payment to skip the line. You ain't gonna need no PayPal payment to skip the line, baby. If it's for you, it's gonna be for you, and God gonna make them deliver it for you in that moment. I need for a lot of y'all to get right. Because a lot of y'all running around here thinking that you getting pure messages from pure people when you ain't doing nothing but entertaining wolves in sheep clothing, and you wondering why God ain't putting you in a position to win because you keep on attaching yourself to folks that he trying to get you away from. Hello, somebody. You coming on social media running into the same demonic spirits and the same wolves in sheep clothing that you trying to get away from in real life. Some of y'all coming on social media attaching yourself to the same thing that God is trying to save you from. Come on now. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. You coming on social media trying to escape the stuff that you dealing with in your real life, but you really attaching yourself to even more mess. Because let me tell you something. You get attacked more behind the screen than you will in real life because you can control it. Some of y'all can't control what's coming behind the screen because you don't know how many demonic spirits trying to attack you. As soon as you step into the room, they already know who to attack. You want to know why? Because of your favor and your anointing. Keep on sitting in there. Because every time you get off, every time you get out that live, you're going to be feeling drained. You're going to be wondering why you just fell asleep with your phone in your hand. You're going to be wondering why all of a sudden you feel like you being attacked all of a sudden the next day because you in there entertaining those demonic spirits that God been trying to get you away from, and you ain't doing nothing but taking them on even more, trying to hurry up and get prophesied to. Hey, I want to skip the line. Go ahead and send me the Cash App. Send me $10 and you can skip the line. How dare you? True prophecy don't operate off monetary gain. And I ain't going to tell y'all that no more. I'm not going to tell you that no more. Let me tell you something. People that have a one-on-one with me, they be like, how you knew that? Don't worry about it. I can't answer that question for you because let me tell you something. You got to have a real connection with God in order for you to understand that sometimes your messages don't be for everybody. You ain't gotta prophesy in front of folks in order for folks to believe that you really chosen. I be trying to tell folks, what make y'all think real folks that prophesy got to do it in front of folks and do it in front of a crowd? Real folks that prophesy will walk right past you in Walmart and you don't even know them from a can of paint, and they give you a message in private. Come on now. Some of y'all don't like to believe it, but it's true. You got folks that's walking around here trying to do stuff for attention because they know they're attracting God's people. Some of y'all keep on falling for the okie doke. And it's upsetting me because some of y'all keep on talking about how you God-fearing people and how you Christians and how you this and you that. But you keep on falling for the okie doke. You allowing wolves in sheep clothing to be entertained by you, and you still wondering why your purpose ain't been found yet because you entertaining stuff that you're supposed to be detached from. That's why. Going around here getting readings and stuff thinking you ready for stuff. Baby, if God wants you to know, he gonna tell you. Some of y'all be walking in doors that you ain't even ready for yet. That's like some of y'all going on the battlefield without the equipment. I told y'all. Some of y'all not even equipped for the battle that you're trying to fight, but you trying to go up against it, and you ain't even got it yet. You ain't even got the equipment yet. I be trying to tell folks, if you don't even know what you control in your real life, what make you think you know what you gonna control behind a phone screen? Some of y'all being attacked by folks behind the phone screen, and you wondering why all of a sudden you feel like everything is not happening right for you, or you feel like you so, like I said, drained. It's because you don't know how many demons and witches and warlocks trying to attack you behind the screen, and you sitting there entertaining these folks. Let me tell y'all something. You better stop jumping on that bandwagon. Just because the number look like it's high, usually it don't be what you need it to be. I be trying to tell folks all the time, listen, don't get so caught up in the number that you forget about the message. Because some folks really be telling you who they are. Some folks will sit there and tell you the whole time they prophesying to you or prophet lying to you. They'll tell you everything that they are, just so you can figure out this whole time they ain't been for you. They just wanted that little $10 cash out. That's it. Y'all be making me mad. Baby, I be trying to not go there with y'all on TikTok, because I feel like some of y'all be lost. And some of y'all be looking for y'all people. But let me tell you something. Just because you see something that resonate with you don't mean it is for you. Let me say that again. Just because you see something that's resonating with you don't mean it is for you. You can come across somebody that came across the same type of person as you. That don't mean that's your person. That don't mean you gotta play patty cake with them and build a village with them. That don't mean that. Sometimes you gotta hear, you gotta listen and keep it moving. If it's meant for it to be in your life, it's gonna come back around. And it's gonna feel so natural and organic, you ain't even gonna have to force it. Some of us feel like, and this used to be me too. I used to feel like if something resonated with me, or I had a woman that resonated with a type of story that I went through, I felt like I had to be her friend, or I felt like I had to start calling her sis. But sometimes you got to understand what I tell y'all earlier. Sometimes the word his sound like sis. Okay? That's the truth. I felt like I could build a village based off of people that went through the same thing as me, not even realizing that, baby, the whole time I ain't doing nothing but causing myself more pain, because I feel like I gotta attach myself to folks that I feel like resonate with me. No, that's not how this works. Some of y'all gotta understand it's gonna be natural and organic. Your answer that you're looking for is gonna be natural and organic. Whatever it is that you done prayed about, it's gonna be natural and organic. When it's really from God, it's just gonna flow. Some of y'all got folks on here playing this prophesy game with y'all, and they guessing the whole time. God is not of guessing, he's of certainty. Let me say that again. God is not of guessing, he's of certainty. So anytime somebody tell you a prophesying to you, baby, it's gonna flow. Just like this, it's gonna flow. They ain't gonna ask you no questions. You wanna know why? Because it's coming straight from the source. It's coming straight from the source. You got some folks on here right now that's asking questions while they prophesying at the same time. How you prophesying to somebody and you asking the folks question about the stuff you supposed to already know? Let me get off here. I'm about to get off because I be trying to tell folks, listen, I'm too real for TV. I'm too real for TV, and folks don't be understanding. I be trying to tell folks, listen, we too hood over here, West Side. No, I'm just playing. They are property, and that's what it be. I be trying to tell people, y'all better leave me alone, cause I be trying to tell people like I am not one of them. Y'all be really with my shenanigans. This is why I love y'all. Look, they said West Side, absolutely. But I hope each and every one of y'all enjoy y'all night. I would have loved to get to 200K. If y'all, it's enough of y'all in here to get me to 200K real quick. All y'all do is just power tap. Y'all can give me just 200K. That's all I'm asking y'all for. Just use your little fingers right there and just give me to 200K, and we good. Taking to church. Listen, you know what? Let me be real with y'all though, because I don't desire to be a pastor or a preacher or anything like that. You know, I know I'm chosen, and I know that God chose me as a vessel. So I don't be coming on here trying to preach to folks. But I will say this. You want to know what's so crazy? Everybody that used to talk about me and laugh at my preaching, they be on TikTok now doing the same thing. You know what's so crazy? Everybody that talked about me and said I was always doing this, and I was always on here preaching to folks, and I was always doing this and that, right? I be scrolling past them and they be doing the same thing. And I just be like, ain't it funny how everything turns around? It's kind of like whatever folks used to make fun of you doing, they all of a sudden doing it too. That's on being an influencer. Some of y'all gotta understand you influencers in real life. You feel what I'm saying? I had one chick talk about some, don't come in here preaching. We ain't got time. Don't be coming in here preaching. And girl, you on here preaching now. You be trying to tell your little testimonies and try to do this, try to do that. You know what I be playing in the background? I be playing the Jeopardy music in the background because I be trying to wait on folks to see that, baby, that ain't nothing but a facade. Folks will tell you a sob story just so they can build an alliance with you. I'm dead serious. Thank y'all for the 200K, but I'm being 100 with y'all. You know, folks would tell you a sob story about their life just so they can build an alliance with you. Y'all did that real fast, real quick. They call me baby Jesus. That was that. You feel what I'm saying? I be trying to tell people all the time, you gotta pay attention when folks trying to trauma bond with you. You feel what I'm saying? I be trying to tell people like, you leave me alone, cause I ain't trying to build no more trauma bonds. I'm trying to break the ones I got. Hello. Okay? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Listen. Leave me alone. Got to let you share. Y'all put in your mind. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. If it is your first time in here, go ahead and drop something in here so I can give y'all a shout out, each and every one of y'all. If you got a business that you want to promote really quick, please you know drop it real quick so I can give y'all some love before I get off this here live. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It has been such a joy to see y'all today. First time, what's up? Is it Jolly Mar? Natural Skincare, I see you. Miss Davis, I see you. Madam Curves, I see you, my love. Andrea, I see you. Cleopatra, I see you. What's up? What's going on? 7-Eleven Sweet Pea, I see you. First time, but not my last. Thank you, Quanah. Alabama, love you. I'm from Alabama. Thank you so much. Contact Tax Service, I see you. Bleak, I see you. Gwen, I see you. What's up? What's going on? Tara, I see you. Beloved Queen, I see you. All Things Tailor Made, I see you. What's up? What's going on? Tiff Octavia, I see you. Gianni, I see you. My first time. Hi, Marisha. I think I said that right. Christina, I love you back, baby. CV, I see you. Justin, I see you. Is it Effie? I see you. Ben, I see you. Uppercuts Barbershop. Texas. Where at in Texas? I'm so sorry I came in late. You all good. First time. King Ralph, thank you so much. Can you prophesy over my life? No, I cannot. User 493, I see you. Baby Blue Eyes, first time. It's your first time. Thank you so much. Andy, love your message. Thank you so much. My first time, been a joy. Thank you so much, Lori. Can't wait to catch you in your earlier next time. Absolutely. Cupcake Tales, I love you, Terry. Simply A3, I see you. First time, New Orleans, I see you. Alabama in the building. Roll Tide, Lisa, I see you. D'Angelo 918 Tulsa, I see y'all. They flying fast. I'm sorry. Love your message. Thank you so much. First time Gallery Valerie. Thank you so much. Hillsboro, Texas. Is it about Houston? I be thinking everything be about Houston. Is it about Dallas? Where is that? Jaleesa, I see you. Grand Rising Investments. First time. Jay Hill. What's up, my brother? First time. I see you. Florida. First time. I love it. First time. From my hands to your soul, and let me do it. Cleaning services. I know that's right. I like that. First time, Evan Kai, I see you. Thanks, I needed it. I appreciate it. Roll Tide, Marksville, Louisiana, I see you. Denise, Dallas, Roll Tide. Okay, I see you. Houston, I see you. Love and Hope, I see you. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much, Vicky. All of my moderators in the building, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Sweet Tea, first time in Miami, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Joyce Brown, I see you guys. Thank you guys so much for showing me love today. Thank you guys for being who y'all are to me. I know I probably don't say it enough, but I love y'all. I thank y'all. I'm appreciative of y'all. I am nothing without y'all. I'm really nothing without y'all. I love y'all. And I hope this week is nothing but blessings to you. Huntsville, Alabama. I'm from Florence, Jay Hill. I'm from Florence. You gotta connect with me, brother. Cause it's you know, it ain't too many times I run across people that, you know, that's from either near my hometown or from, you know, where I'm from. Are you on YouTube? Yes. I'm gonna actually post this live on I'm gonna start back posting my lives, and I promise you guys, this live right here is going straight on YouTube. So you guys look for it within the next 2 days. I'm going to upload it so you guys can get the message again. So I love y'all. Y'all can share it. Y'all make sure y'all go to my YouTube and subscribe. It's free. I ain't asking y'all for no money. I just said go subscribe to my YouTube channel so y'all can get all these good lives that I'm about to start uploading. It's in my, go to my link tree in my bio. It's in all of my handles are the same. So if you don't see it in the link tree, just go to YouTube and type in I am Akira Rajane. The same way you spell it on TikTok is the same way you spell it in any other social medias. All my social medias are the same. Latin Prince, thank you. What's up, Miami? I see you. Birmingham, Alabama, I see you. What's up, Miss Shannon? What's your YouTube name? It's the same thing. It's the same way you spell my it's the same way you spell my TikTok handle. I am Akira Rajane. Stream Peak Friday. I'm here for it all. Thank you. I appreciate it. So y'all make sure y'all go like and subscribe. Y'all please do that for me, please. Because I'm trying to get to at least 500 by the end of this year. So I'm going to start uploading all my lives from this live on. I'm going to start uploading them all, okay? So you guys can have it. That's cool. Huntsville, Alabama. By the way of Nashville, Tennessee. I see you. Okay, Huntsville. I see you in the building. Alabama is in the building. I see y'all. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. And listen, don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody steal your joy this week. Don't let nobody steal your joy this week. Be happy. Smile. Stick your chest out. And remember today's message was what? Stay committed to you. Stay committed to you, your journey. Stay committed to what it is that you want to do in your life. Stay committed. And I guarantee you everything will start to make sense for you. Love you. We out. Roll Tide. I see you. Thank you so much. Bye, y'all. Bye.